This is Two Blokes in a Pod.
Hey, what is that?
The podcast where, well, it's a bit of this, a bit of that.
I don't understand.
Just blokey laughs and blokey chats.
Okay.
Whatever it is, let's get started.
I have something to say.
Okay.
Katrina came with the goods.
Has delivered.
She has delivered.
Has delivered. Look at this. What have we got in here?
We have some cookies.
Just choc chip?
Yeah, they're so like mixed with chocolate, like milk chocolate and white chocolate in there.
All right, we're going to get into these, but
Bit later.
I promised you something as well, right?
Oh, you delivered too? Hey,
Right
you delivered.
there.
All right, good
Right
man.
there, a packet of Blondie's cookies. So we will eat these on air, on the recording a bit later on.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Let's put these away.
Oh, well, let's move.
But can I just say, so I had this really weird experience today. All right.
Yep.
Now I wear transition glasses.
Right.
So basically, my reading glasses
Right.
in the sun turn into sunglasses.
Right.
I've got the Ray-Bans as well that do that, but obviously I only wear them when I've got my contacts on.
Yep.
So I was sitting in the car today, right? My window was fully open. The sun was on my side of the car,
Yep.
fully shining into my car. Now, you would think with my window down and I'm looking directly at the sun,
It would go dark.
it would go dark. My
However-
glasses didn't go dark.
So you got problems.
No, but then I stepped out of the car and they instantly went dark. So it's like, is there an invisible UV shield in the car?
So there's one, on the windshield right at the top. You know, remember we used to have the old Rego stickers?
yeah.
Okay. Do you remember? Me personally, I would always put it. There was like that.
There was
tint.
that tint, that blue tint.
Yeah. So that's that thing.
No,
there.
but I'm talking about my actual driver's side window was down. So sun was directly going through my car to my glasses. I was looking at the sun through my car. There was nothing stopping the sun rays hitting my glasses.
Look, man, I'm a painter.
I get it if my window was up, the UV glass in the window, no problems.
I'm hearing you.
But then I stepped out of the car and instantly
Yeah. I would seek your healthcare professional and your optometrist for that one. Look,
Really?
yeah, look, sense, like common sense.
Or would I go to a car professional or something like that?
Maybe, yeah. I would suss that windshield out, man. It's pretty. That's
It's not
crazy.
a windshield.
Oh,
It's
you
my
saw-
side window.
You saw, yeah. Look, man. Tinted car.
Anyway, it goes up and down. That's all that matters.
Yeah. So
Welcome back for another episode.
another one.
Cracker episode last week.
was
Really
good.
took us back to our roots. And got quite a bit of commentary on that one.
Okay, that's good.
Lots of comments. Now, I'm going to tell everyone that is listening, last week, Stamati copped a $10 fine on the non-swearing.
I did.
I copped a $15 fine on the
did.
non-swearing.
You did, yeah.
We unofficially, I don't know how it happened, but
It just
unofficially made a bet on Friday pre-game. We called a little scratchy between our two teams.
We did, yeah.
And it was just meant to be because he had missed training and thought, let's have a scratchy because he couldn't be bothered actually having a training session.
No, that's no.
No, it is.
No.
It is true. It is true because we spoke about 4 times, and then you had a light bulb moment, going, you know what? I actually can't be bothered training these kids tonight. So let's have a game instead where I can just scream out, instructions and shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, regardless,
I don't know where he's getting this information.
he did
from.
say
It's
just before the game, he said, "Hey, if your boys win, you pay. I'll pay your fines for the non-swearing.
Yeah.
But if your boys win, but if my boys win, then
I'll
you
pay
do the same.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'll comfortably say that your boys did win.
Okay.
Cracker game.
It was a really, really good game.
Your boys did win, fair and square. So I am paying your $10 fine.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
But that's it.
Yeah.
If you swear tonight, that's all on you.
It's all on me. Yeah.
All right, we've got a guest in well, so
And he
can judge.
has the foulest mouth out of.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a rule. I didn't know there was a rule.
No, it's just
so
between
you're
me
so
and him.
rude. He's
No.
bad.
The last 2 episodes, and that's why I put this rule in place. The last 2 episodes, we've done non-swearing, and every time we do swear, we owe $5 to a mental health charity.
But if it's the C word, it's $10.
Yeah.
Jeez, I'm gonna drop a Gino tonight.
Look, mate, it's only supposed to be between myself and Valandi. If you want to get involved to donate to a mental health charity, you can too. All right.
You're going to invite the guest to spend money.
Hey, look, man.
He always does it. Nothing new. You know how much shit I get roped into. I just
He's
gotta
got
pay up front.
He's got a painting company.
Mind you.
He can sponsor the podcast.
Yeah, true.
He's throwing it to me.
True.
I'm like,
Yeah, true. Put you straight on the spot. You like that one?
Straight under the bus. Straight under the bus. But I have to admit, he is the first guest to come into the studio wearing a Two Blokes T-shirt.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Do you wear that out on the job?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
a job.
No, like out.
Out.
Just
Yeah.
out.
out.
Yeah,
Out.
we go out shopping.
Where you
and
going?
stuff.
He was helping me out. So we used to work together a few years ago when I first started out, and we've worked with each other in the past. We pretty much got taught by the same guy, all that sort of stuff. And then I opened up my own business, and Daniel was willing to help out for it was probably about a year.
Yeah, it was a while. Yeah.
Yeah, and I got some jumpers and stuff made up, and he was just told me the other day, like, he still wears them on his jobs. He goes, they're so comfortable. and he came to help me the other night, and I'm like, oh, you're rocking the SP. Like,
We're the OG jumpers.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, do you want to introduce your guest?
yeah, so we have tonight Mr. Daniel Pish, also known as Pish by his mates. So he's my best mate. Been best mate since 05, since we started high school, pretty much. He left school just before I did, and then he got his P's before I even got my L's. No, probably when I got my L's, and he used to pick me up. That's when more of the friendship went, blossomed. I don't know if you want to put it like that, but whatever.
Okay.
Were you guys like fully chucking Hindley streets and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the first one out of all my mates that had. It was first. It was the VS Acclaim, and then it went to the VS Stato,
Yeah,
the Statesman.
Stato, yeah.
And he was the first one of my mates that had like the full sound system set up, like subs, killer speakers, all that sort of stuff. So
Let's go to the car park.
yeah, he used to go Felixstowe car park, Norwood rooftop car park, Newton car park, and now they're all chained up at night. So I think we stuffed that up for the next generation.
Yeah, but really, what we did is we rock up at the car park with a soccer ball, and one of the boys would just kick the soccer ball around.
Yeah, we just get
Just
the
talk
trolleys,
crap,
the
catch
trolleys
up
for the
with girls.
goals, and yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was good. It was good.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
So
but the first time I had to have an interview with his mum because he's like thick Greek.
yeah.
Like you walk into Stamat's bedroom, he had the massive Greek flag.
Oh, we all
over his
did, didn't
bed.
we? You didn't
you?
have the Greek flag when you were a teenager in your room?
I did.
Yeah, come on, man.
Well, I mean, my dad had it painted on the front door of the garage.
No, he didn't. Did he really? Oh,
my big
that's-
fat Greek wedding style.
Alright. I thought that was bad, man.
Yeah, no.
Oh, look, it could have got worse. Like, my dad could have put up columns and shit, but
There's the first one.
there's $5.
There's $5.
He could have put columns and stuff, but no, it didn't go that bad, thank God.
See, the thing is, though, with the whole swearing thing, how do you know what's a swear word these
Oh,
days and what's not?
We've clarified that anything that starts with F and sounds like truck
Okay.
is a swear word.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm just going to say it because we're giving examples, but shit apparently is a swear word.
We Googled it on one of our podcasts.
Yeah,
and it
I
is.
know.
But isn't
I
it
said
crazy what's on the radio these days?
Yeah, I know.
And you hear just straight in ads and stuff, and
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah. That's what I'm saying. But
Yeah,
anyway,
that's what it is.
It's
It's for a good cause, mate. Black Dog
put it this
Institute.
way.
Yeah.
Put it this way, I do captions, like auto captions for reels that we make, right?
Yeah.
And every time we drop the F bomb or shit or whatever, it automatically beeps it out. So then I know that is classified as a swear word.
Okay. Yeah.
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 So mainly those two words, and then anytime we drop the C bomb,
Forget
then
it.
that's
It's $10.
That's $10.
That's $10.
Yeah, fair enough.
Pastamati 50. So go back a step. What do you mean you got interviewed? As in his mum interviewed you to make sure you were a good boy to take him out?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. There's no sugarcoating.
And I had
Isn't
she
that
invited
funny
me over
though?
for dinner. She's like, come over for dinner. And then we were going to like, can we go for a cruise? And then she's like,
We'll come over for
know.
dinner and we'll
yeah.
discuss.
And then she like threatened me a little bit and said, my son always has to come home 12 o'clock midnight's curfew.
No, it was a 12 o'clock for weekends, and I think it was either 9 or 10
it was
for
10,
weekdays.
It was 10 in the weekdays.
Yeah. So
Oh, don't worry. I went through that too, man.
Yeah.
I did.
It was a pain in the ass because when we were at somewhere, we all had like 1, 2, 3 o'clock curfews, and we always had to go to drop him off and then go back. Sorry to cut you off, but
I was an inconvenience.
Why do the Chocks have such more leniency than the Greeks?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
well, I was the furthest, and then my whole defense was, well, Ma, I got to take all the boys home. By the time I take the boys home, we go somewhere. See, lucky he was the closest because he was only on Ashcott Avenue at that time.
Yeah, Val Park. Yeah, so I was Val Park. He was Ingle Farm. But then I later moved to Ingle Farm. But by the time I moved to Ingle Farm, I had my P's and
It was easier then.
Yeah, it was
But then
easier.
we were generally hanging out like Newton, Norwood,
Yeah.
Norwood mainly.
yeah. And then when I got my P's, then I sort of picked up the slack.
I'm still confused that there was an Italian living in Ingle Farm. That doesn't sound right.
It's always Newton, isn't it? Newton,
That doesn't
Campbelltown,
sound like it's
Payneham, Norwood, McGill.
Ross Trevor.
Ross Trevor.
I had an Aussie stepdad.
No, where are you now? Yeah, he's at Clemsic now. So it's
Clemsic.
close. It's close.
Anyway, guys, welcome to a new episode of Two Greeks and a Chock. Great to have you on, mate. Obviously, you have been mentioned many times on this podcast by Stamati, the great.
Yeah,
So, my best mate, Pish, and my best mate, Pish, and this and that. And half the time I'm thinking he's talking about piss, but
that's how he got
I
that
got a
too.
few names.
yeah. But, so you're a painter by trade. You're one of those guys that I guess left school early to get into the trades quicker.
Yeah,
Is that what you did? You pretty
Yeah,
much
yeah.
left to get into an apprenticeship or something?
Yeah, year 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dropped out year 10.
Yeah.
And then, just went straight to trade school and then did a pre-voc course. And then after that, got my apprenticeship. And I had a job before I even had a license. Like my mum would drop me off to work. And then there was like a couple boys there that would take me home and stuff.
Yeah.
But I was on my L's. I used to drive to work on my L's. And then once I got my P's, that was it.
And always been in painting?
Yeah, painting and a little bit of everything as well.
Yeah, we'll get into that. It's all right. there was a transition.
Trade wise, I
Yeah.
do a bit now. I do a bit of everything. I was part of a building company and things like that. So I flush and do gyp rock and stuff like that as well, but mainly painting.
Chip rock.
Yeah.
When
there
we,
you go.
when we
Yeah,
need it.
we need a gyp rocker.
Yeah.
Or not just yet, but
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
definitely will
Yeah.
need one.
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh, that's good. And take it away.
Yeah, so give us a bit of backstory about Mr. Daniel Pishaneri from the time you left school to let's go for it. Let's go for it.
Yeah, there's, I guess I got a few names. So Pish is I identify high school, my high school era. And so people, because there was so many people from high school that never knew my name. He didn't know my name.
I didn't know his name until I left school. It was always Pish.
Yeah, that's how everyone knew me. Because my brother,
Well, you never
he
knew
was-
him as Daniel.
No.
No.
Now I call him
There's
Daniel.
probably people now that don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Wow.
my brother's name was Pish as well. That's just been our nickname.
Yeah.
And then I was so to all of his mates, I was Baby Pish, Little Pish, and then all of my friends, it was Pish or Pisher, and then
See, I never heard that one. Pisher. I never
that's what
heard
Rob
that.
calls me, Pisher.
Yeah, okay.
But this voice, and then Yeah, Daniel, you know me as Daniel, like just being a painter. And then I'm also a recording artist. Like I do music, MC. So like you would have known me as like Young D or Three Sides is like my artist name. So that's what
Oh,
I'm.
are you Three Sides?
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's my music.
shit, that
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense. I've got this bloke called Three Sides following me on fucking...
That's two.
shit.
That's three.
I'm glad he saw
Okay.
it. That's a good thing for me.
Wow,
and I'm like-
you're off to a flyer.
Three Sides following me,
Yeah.
following us on TikTok.
Yes,
Oh,
that's
there
Yeah,
you
of
go.
course, yeah.
Why Three Sides?
Because there's always three sides to every story. And I speak my truth.
Yeah, right.
You like that one?
And
That was
also
good.
like
I like that.
I do 3 styles of genre. So
Oh, okay.
yeah. So like I do hip hop and I was in EDM and then like R&B, you know.
So, as in, you produce music, DJ music,
Yeah, so
make music?
Yeah, make music. Yeah, so
Make
I
music, yeah.
generally like songwrite and record. That's my like specialty. Anything vocal because I used to host HQ, Woolshed, Vic Fridays. Like I've played at Reds.
Well, that's
did
why his
Underages.
face is so familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, so
What was the one at South you did?
Vic Fridays,
Vic Fridays,
at the
that's
Victoria
right.
Hotel. Yeah,
Oh man, that was such a dirty place.
dirty. It's called Filthy Vic.
Oh man, For the
Yeah.
many times I went out there with the boys, holy crap! Like we could.
It was like fight night at the Vic, and then it got really, and then it cleaned up for a bit. Like we had Tiger Lily and stuff there, because down south that would be the only place. Like
Yeah,
at
the
the
Vic,
time, to
yeah.
catch a cab, it cost you like $150, like city and back. So like
Wow.
stuff that. This is ridiculous. Like cab money from south. You're like in Christie's Beach or whatever. You got to go all the way to the city.
True.
A lot of people would just like get their money together, get a hotel room for the weekend because it was cheaper to just stay in a hotel room
Wow.
and then they'd come back. So we would crank on a Friday.
Gee whiz, all right.
Yeah. So I know we're getting sidetracked a bit all over
No,
the
it's
place.
No. It's all about Pish.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I remember when I was. I mean, you guys aren't that much younger than me.
You're in your 40s now, mate.
And how old are you, Wenka?
32, that's another one.
No, that's not a swear word. That's an expression of interest.
That's who you are. It's just identifying
That's just you. That's not a swear word.
I would let that one go. Yep.
Hang on. Yeah, so, all right, I'm 8 years older.
Yeah.
Doesn't make me grandfather.
Think about it. You were 24 when I was 16. That's a big gap. It's a big gap.
16, you were
Wait,
still
how old are you?
legal.
Yeah.
I'm 40.
He's 4.
You're not that old, man.
Exactly.
40s, don't,
Yes, he is.
See,
old.
see,
dude, don't be saying that because you're going to be at 40 and then you'll be screwed. But now 40 is
screwed
like the
now.
new 30.
40's the new 30.
That sounds
Spoken
so
by a
cliche,
40-year-old.
I feel
It's true though, man. Like, a lot of my mates, they're in their 40s. The ones that I train with at the gym, they're like generally in their 40s. And
It could be worse.
I feel
You could be,
21 with a bit more baggage.
You could be George Rokopoulos. He just turned 47 the other day. Shout out to George. Yep. He's 47.
And how did he score a box of cookies? He didn't even ask for him, and he scored a box of cookies.
No, he did ask.
Oh, he did not.
He did so.
I had to bail up your son to pass a message on to his mother to say I'm not happy that the cookies haven't been supplied.
I told you, mate. You got her number. You call her, sort her out.
Anyway,
She
messaged
delivered.
me. She
delivered.
messaged me
Yeah.
with big pictures of the cookies.
Yeah,
So
she
I'm
delivered.
very excited.
Yeah.
So back when I was going out with the lads and clubbing, you know, if we wanted to go down south, that was the place to go. Real dirty place, like guaranteed pickup every bloody weekend.
Yeah.
Or Saturday night at church nightclub.
wow. I haven't had a club in a while.
Was that?
We
hang
never
on.
went to that.
Was that?
It never wasn't around when we were
No,
around.
they
Yeah.
got changed to heaven. Remember that was
No.
when,
What are you
No.
talking about, bro?
the one on Pony Street.
No, the church
Hindley
nightclub, the old
Street.
synagogue.
Yes.
No,
yes,
not
sorry.
Hindley Street.
Where?
Off of Rundle Street, behind Target.
Oh, see, I don't even know where it is.
Yeah,
Man.
see,
you wouldn't
you
know
guys
that.
would never have gone there.
No.
Anyway, church nightclub was like the
Balm.
It was Apple when we were around.
Yeah, they turned
Oh, yes.
correct.
And
It
now what
turned
is
to
it
Apple.
now?
Now it's Mary's Poppin', some
Yeah,
gay
yeah,
club.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
It's the best
Yeah.
venue though. Like that venue is amazing.
All I remember, I think I went there like 3 or 4 times, like ever. And all I remember, you know how like you had is it the smoker sections upstairs?
Yeah, the balcony.
The balcony. And you know how you came down the staircase and there was that door. That door there. All I remember was this one guy. So I'm going up the stairs. He's coming down. He opens the door, closes it, just chunders behind the door, opens it, and just ran down the stairs. I'm like, this is disgusting. It was so bad.
That was laid back Luke night.
Yeah. Oh, you was with you.
Yeah, that's right. Because you came up to me after. and I
Apple back in the day had some massive DJs.
Dude,
Yeah,
Massive.
on a Thursday night, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, I
massive
remember
DJs.
eating Hungry Jacks with Blaster Jacks after.
Oh, wow.
Like, and the boys
Wow.
got photos with him and shit. And like, that's when we met Layback Luke. If you hung out the Hungry Jacks after, guaranteed to meet one of them, you know?
Oh, wow.
Because they're all down to earth.
Yeah.
Guys, yeah.
That's so good. That's so good. Anyway, back to you.
So
What do you
yeah,
wanna know?
from painting, you wanted to hang it up, went over to entertainment.
Yeah, pretty much. So I've always been in entertainment because when we met in high school and stuff, yeah, it was kind of weird. We were kind of close, but our cousins were a bit closer and like they were a bit more of the rowdy ones. So me and Stamart always had to tame them. So that's how we kind of always stayed pretty in contact.
Yeah.
And then when we started cruising together, I met his cousin Aaliyah, which is DJ Crunk. And then, you know, he did music and what did he DJ at? The first gig? Didn't you get him? Was it the Formal? Was that his first gig? Or
Yeah,
your
so
sister's?
my Formal, I got him a gig at the Formal, whatever. We had an after party at this hotel, at this hall, and he DJ'd there, and then he went to what was that one? Was it King? Anyway, there was this small venue that he used to DJ at, and then he went to Starbar.
Yeah,
From
that's right,
Starbar,
Starbar,
he
yeah,
went
really
to
cool Starbar.
like he just kept going from there.
Where the hell
Yeah.
Starbar?
So that's where Holy Moly is now.
Oh,
Upstairs,
before
it was
it-
Red Love.
Red Love.
Red- yeah,
So
Red Love.
before
Love,
Red
yeah.
Love, it was called Starbar.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and you know we were all underage, and we just
Yeah, it always
we just carry his bags in, like well his entourage. No one asked us nothing because none
We
of
didn't
us
look that
none
young.
of us looked 16, 17. So we just grab his bags and I'm just with him and just go up and that was it.
Yeah. So that's like more my music became, you know, through like
Through Leah.
Lear and stuff, yeah. Yeah, just when he was playing at the Form, I jumped on the mic and I started emceeing with him. And then we just started doing music and stuff and I started picking him up, going for cruises as well. Like we all just hang
We all
out.
just went together.
And then, yeah, we just started like playing beats and all that. And then he was hip hop. He was just a hip hop DJ at that time. So he was doing mixtapes.
He was
And
with
then-
Chronic, DJ Chronic. That's how he sort of then went off.
Yeah.
Back then, far out.
Chronic. Was that David?
Luke.
Oh, Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there was another hip hop
Bold
DJ.
guy. The bold guy.
Yeah, right. Okay. Now, there was another hip hop DJ here in Adelaide who then moved to Melbourne.
No, he moved to.
Yeah, he moved to Melbourne, yeah.
And then he moved to LA.
And then, he moved to Melbourne. He did Sydney for a bit and went Gold Coast.
Went to
And he was
Gold
in Gold Coast for a while. And then Aaliyah got a gig in the Gold Coast. And he was doing like Bedroom and
Sin City.
Sin City.
Oh, God. Bedroom.
And then
What a
there
club
was-
that
Yeah,
is.
it was crazy.
Before, there was another one that it was like a luxury club. And he was like doing that as a regular.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was popping then.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I never really went up to Gold Coast with you guys, but it was, good times. Good times. It was when we were younger and we all used to just go out and it was just stress
Nothing
free.
to worry about.
Nothing to worry about, man. No mortgages, none of that.
Yeah, it's not only that. Like, you can just deal with the hangover so much easier. Like now.
Oh, God, yeah.
Dude, if I have a big night, it's like 3 days to recover. You know? And it's the sugar from the alcohol.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what it is. Yeah, yeah. So from painting. Then you went into the entertainment, gave up painting completely.
yeah. So, well, I did underages, all of that. Then we were in painting pretty deep. And then, like, I was a part of, towards the end of my apprenticeship, I ran, like, a crew for a commercial company. And then that was when me and Stamart were working together, like, a fair bit. Because, he went to Sydney for a bit. I went over and saw him in Sydney. And then when he came back from Sydney, we pretty much worked together full time. And and they were just like stories and a half. And then, yeah, to be honest, I always wanted to do music. Like that's what my passion was. That's what I loved the most. So, yeah, I kind of had like a company car, had a crew, was running everything, but I was miserable as fuck. Like I had really bad mental health with it. And I remember always just working in the back of my mind. I'm just like, there's something more, there's something more. So I quit my job, went on the student allowance, and I studied a diploma of music for like a year and a half.
Yeah, right.
Finished my diploma, and like in between that time, I was like really pushing to like just completely transition from being a tradie to entertainment. And so then I started recording every Friday, and then I would be working at the Vic Friday nights, Saturdays at the clubs like Woolshed, and I got a job at HQ, like old HQ. My friends got me in.
On West Terrace.
On West Terrace. And then probably for like the last, I think it was like 8 months, I was a proper like residency at HQ, at the old HQ, and that was some of the best times of my life. Because that's when we just got
It was
the
awesome.
best acts. Everyone knew that the club, and it was packed every single week. And that venue was like one of a kind. It was the best club in Australia. And to just like, see back-to-back DJs all the time, I was like, I didn't really realize what I was witnessing at the time. Now looking back and talking to the boys, I was like, oh my God, man, we'd see Timmy Trumpet, Will Sparks, like back-to-back nights, on weekends. And it's like, for that to happen now, such a stretch. And just even like big artists, like Laid Back Luke, Hardwell. I keep going, but I'm not just going to brag. But
So, were you involved in particular nights at HQ?
pretty much being a
Or
resident.
Saturday nights.
You were just a resident?
Yes, every Saturday.
So like
So-
Clubland, or was that Heaven?
What are you
that would have
talking
been
about?
heaven, yeah.
Clubland was Heaven.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
so
okay.
it was just Saturday night HQ.
Yeah,
Just
Saturday night HQ.
Saturday HQ.
Yeah, so if it was like the main act, I'd either do like the starting set, or there's always like an early set, a mid set, and then the late set.
Main event. Or,
So like the late set's from like 4 to 7.
Oh.
So like some nights you got to do it. Like when I first started, I was
God, do
only
we even
getting like
have
4 to
clubs that go
7s.
that long anymore?
I don't think so.
No.
No, I think the casino's the only
share-
thing that goes on 24 hours a day.
I think the shit. Well, they got lockouts, so once it's like you're locked in.
Yeah, but the lockout's at 2, but I think the shed would only go, till 4?
No, shed goes to about, last one I was there, I don't know, this was kind of before COVID though, because after COVID, that's when I gave it kind of up. But before COVID, we would go to like 6:30.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is nuts.
Wow.
I think I was only ever at HQ once when the lights came on. It's like, I'm not supposed to be here.
Yeah, I remember everyone, that feeling when you walk out of those doors and it's just daylight. You're like,
You're like, wow, I'm gonna. suffer tomorrow.
I've never done that here in Australia.
I don't once.
Never,
Once.
never. I've been out. I've had long nights. Never have I been out that late. In Greece and in Cyprus when I went, every night we were walking out and it was like almost midday.
You know what's crazy? When I was 21, I went to the States, and we went to Miami, and I was with my mate and like a couple of guys that would like live there. And on Sunday we went to a day club. So everyone would go out on like Saturday night. People would start on a Sunday. So Sunday at 10 o'clock, we were like, let's go out. And there was like this day club, unreal, and then they just from 10 to 10.
Wow.
And it, like this
Yeah,
club
but that's
was
Miami.
amazing.
That's
Yeah.
Miami.
It was like the roof was just glass. It
Yeah.
was just a big glass ceiling, and you just see the daylight. Yeah, it was unreal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miami days.
So what made you get back into painting then?
COVID.
COVID. Yeah, so
So did you get heavily affected with COVID and the closure of menu venues and all that?
destroyed the whole entertainment industry?
Yeah, everything was closed. Like nothing. You couldn't do anything. The whole hospitality
Yeah, just crashed.
went to.
And like I was in a
Bad.
position where like at least being a chock, like we got taught to save our money. You know what I mean? Make sure you save for a rainy day. There was friends that I had. Some were living like week to week, or they just moved into a new place and they didn't have like they're like shit. I just got a new place. I got to like up the rent, and now all our wages got cut. Like I was making good money, and then because you should be making decent money in that industry. Like, people don't realize the hours that you're working. Like, you know, you're working on a Sunday night, Saturday mornings. Like,
Who was making more money in 2 days than like a painter would make in a whole week?
yeah.
And then all of a sudden it just gets cut.
But see, Daniel's just made an absolutely valid point, and I've said this before when I talk about my DJing and you know the amount of hours that I put in, and people don't understand why my quotes for a wedding gig, for example, are so much when they only see me for the time between 7 p.m. and 12 p.m.
Yeah, where's the prep
12
time?
a.m. right? They don't know about everything else that I put in the lead up.
Yeah.
The meeting with the client, the getting the music ready,
Yeah,
loading my
downloading all the
car,
songs.
setting everything like.
Yeah. And creating the set,
All right, I'll
working
give
it
you
out.
that. Put it down. That's another 5.
You're doing it to yourself, man.
I know, man. I know. It's
Getting
bad.
frustrated.
You're
you know
at
what I mean?
4, and we're like, how far are we in?
30 minutes in. I know.
I'm at 0. I'm a very good boy.
Yeah. But yeah, like no one really understands the whole, you know, the background of the amount of time. You though, in the club industry and all that, you'd be there from the time the doors open
it's
to the
crazy.
time the doors close. And even though you might not be on particular hours, you're still around.
Yeah, that's right.
You know,
You're still in that atmosphere. You're still hearing
you're
the
still
loud
part
clubs,
of that entertainment crew there.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so yeah, it's just crazy.
How's the hearing? I've never actually asked you about it. Is the hearing?
It's not too bad. Like, yeah, I'm a little bit deaf, but not that bad because I got like really good hearing aids. So I had like the
hearing aids, pods.
earplugs from a hearing aid place. So they were like sound cancellations. So like I could still hear you, but it was like 25 decibels. It would block, so it wouldn't damage anything.
That's pretty good.
All right.
Yeah. But it was really hard to play with them, like sometimes to get used to it. And then I'd play with one and then like I'd go deaf in one ear. That was bad.
So
Do you wear them?
what?
Like plugs in your ears when you're DJing?
too
I've got really good headphones. I'm not near a speaker when I'm not DJing.
Oh, fair enough. They're probably in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
At mobile gigs like weddings and stuff like that, the speakers are always in front of me, and I've got a small little monitor next to me if I need, you know, for my mixing and all that. But when I'm out in the clubs and stuff like that, the speakers, yes, they're loud, but when I'm DJing, but I've always got that speaker covered with my headphones, so I'm not too phased.
Okay.
See,
But I reckon I am losing my hearing in my old age.
that's the thing with me, right? Because I was the MC. So always being the host, my thing is I played with all the different DJs. So all different kind of style DJs. And you know which ones were more deaf than others. Like Paul Marshman, shout out Marshy, he was deaf as fuck. Every time I'd rock up, his boost speakers would be cranked. I'm like, Chris, like, put it down, man. You know, like, but that's just, you know, he'd been playing for many years.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's a good lad. I had to shout him out.
But great bloody DJ though.
Yeah, Paul Marshy. Yeah, we
Yeah.
got some tracks together and stuff. Yeah, he's a really good friend. man.
Nice.
One of the best.
So,
residents.
all right. I want to learn a little bit more about, you know, you mentioned how, you know, you lost yourself in your previous job and you knew you just weren't happy. And then you obviously did this great thing with entertainment and all that. And then everything came crashing again with COVID and all that. Tell me about your mental health in that period of time. I mean, I've discussed many times on how I felt during that time with me in the entertainment industry too.
Yeah.
But
It's definitely frustrating, yeah.
thankfully, I had my day job as well, which, you know, didn't get affected by COVID. But definitely my business, my entertainment business, definitely did. So,
Yeah.
you know, with you though being your sole income, and yeah, you said that. All right, you know, being Chalk, I had that savings up my sleeve, so I got through it. But how did it feel for you, the fact that you gave up what you had to get into this and then bang,
Yeah. It was hard.
out
man.
of nowhere, you get told, nah, sorry, we can't open the doors tonight
Yeah,
or for the next 3 months?
Well, I guess like I really took a chance on like doing this music, and I'm very like if I'm gonna do something, I do it right or I don't do it at all. So when I like created 3 sides, when you know I studied to play with music, man, I like learned all this shit myself. So it was just like I'm gonna get it done. I set everything up. My Spotify's, distributing music, how to get it all going. Like, I had help along the way, blessed by many people. And, you know, like, at that point, I was doing, you know, like, I'd put so much effort into 3 sides in my artist and, you know, just social media wise. And I finally had a buzz and people knew my brand and, you know, that I had a respectable name in the music industry. And the track I released was Forgotten Fun, which was my first kind of clubby. It was a bit cheesy, but it was like a club-orientated track. And I was supposed to shoot the music video for it in the club the weekend that the clubs got shut down with COVID. So, like, that was just like a double whammy. But you know what? Being in this industry and in the game, you realize that, like, you do so many things that you don't get recognized for or you don't get credited for, but it's all a part of the game. You know, and it's like, it's not about how many times you get knocked down. It's about how many times you get back up.
All right, Rocky, take it easy, mate.
And yeah, such a joke, bro. So, but like, I guess my mental health.
The grind.
Yeah, it did take a hit because, look, I was painting here and there. So, like, the clubs were making good money for me and stuff. But at the same time, like, if my car broke down or if something happened, like, you know, I'd go work with like
whatever.
our old boss or whoever, you know. So, I was lucky where it's like, even though the entertainment industry shit itself, the building industry boomed. So for me, I kind of just eventually transitioned back into the building industry. But it was really tough, man, especially, you know, like, I sacrificed everything to give this a go, and then that just shot itself. So, yeah, like, I wasn't happy, you know, like, but I just, at the end of the day, like.
But even like almost just before COVID, did you find that you were, you were saying you were sacrificing a lot, but did you feel like you were getting a little bit over it toward the end anyway? Or were you like, nah, still full ball into it? Like right at the end?
Yeah,
Remember
like,
we had some conversations.
COVID?
No. Right at the end of the, like, just before COVID hit. I remember, like, we had a couple of conversations about just.
Yeah, because at that time, like, I'd put out a fair few songs, and you know, like, man, I did lyric videos to them. You know, like, I did a whole bunch of stuff, and I remember with one of the songs, I paid like a publisher like good money. I put like over $1,000 into the track, and you know, it did well. Like, it didn't do terrible, but you know, you always hope for the best. So, like, it was getting a point where it's like, you're putting so much money, effort, and time into that. You know, I was getting a pressure from the family, being a WOG as well. Like, you know, what are you doing? Where are you going? Like, I had a partner at the time as well. Like, so when it was all happening, I was renovating my house.
Wow, was that all around the same time?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so I moved into my house, and then I dropped Something About Mary, which was my biggest track. And that that did, like, got radio rotation on Fresh and things like that. And then, I'd started the clothing line, which was Positive Vibes and Movement, which kind of all came to, like, all around my music and stuff. So I honestly was trying to do too much all at once. And even, like, the boys told me, like, you know, you got to kind of pick what you're doing. But I was all like, no, but if I do this, then that comes back to this. And if I do this, then that comes back to that. And, you know, I just was so hung up on this idea. But it was just like,
one thing at a time, right?
I should have learnt more was patience and, you know that everything has its course. Like, you know, I was doing everything. I had a podcast.
Yeah, he was doing a podcast.
I had a podcast at one point. It was more music orientated, and I just interviewed all the DJ boys because I had the connection with them in HQ and, you know, the Woolshed. So it kind of just went hand in hand. But just that's the one thing that, like, I wish I just kind of took it easy a little bit more and just realized that, you know, it's like, this is so cliche, but if you know Nipsey Hussle, it's a marathon, not a sprint, you know?
No, it's the truth. Like, I remember at the time, it was just like your focus wasn't on 100% like one thing. It was like 25% here, 25% there, 10% there, 10% there, 5% there. It's just like, I think if you now, like, obviously in hindsight, I don't know, because then COVID stuffed everything up.
It did.
You know?
Yeah.
In hindsight, you can say...
like, as much as I think COVID is... I still think COVID was just a big load of crap and a big hoax.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a reset.
A reset, yeah.
All those people that were always on the go and rush, took a big step back going, oh, holy shit, there's more to this.
Yeah,
you sound
100%.
like you were one of those people where you like took a step back going, you know what, I've been trying to do way too much.
Yeah.
And I just evaluated like my situation and like, you know, there's politics in everything, but in the club industry, it's like there's a lot of politics with it, and there's also a lot of like back and forth. Like if you're with that club or you're with that club, it's like we're all friends at the end of the day. We all DJ, we all have the same passion. Like some of the rivalry
It
and
was like
bullshit
teams,
that's
man.
in between the clubs, it's disgusting. And then on another level, you're like, dude, we're in Adelaide in a little club. Like you're not that great. You know what I mean? If you're playing in Ibiza or like, you know, in a, you know, Tomorrowland, come talk. Like,
But
you
see,
know,
and that
it's just-
like I've been involved in the industry.
Yeah.
I run my own shows on long weekends, and you know, like I do the big Greek nights.
yeah.
I don't know if you've ever been to
Yeah,
any
no,
of
I
those.
know of you, yeah.
But you know, the shows that I put on, and then you've got other people in that industry, same community, that are like, oh, we're going to do our own night on the same night, and we'll take some of that crowd. It never works for them because I've got my established crowd.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? But it's like, why?
Why cut lunch?
One, we're in Adelaide. Two, the Greek community is so much smaller than Adelaide in general.
Yeah.
And it's like, why not just work together? You want to do a show, great,
Do it the
but
next
you
weekend,
know
man.
the dates I do my shows.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it on the same night. You know, and this is where it got frustrating. But I, you know what? I just thought, you know what? Give up on the politics. You don't need to worry about it, because end of the day, if you've got a good product and you're putting it out there and people keep coming back to your event, you know you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, so
And that's the one thing I learned. Your talent speaks for itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because when I kind of came in the industry, like I shook it up a bit, because normally when you start, like you don't, you know, you just do the late shift for a long time. I didn't. Like I got a main set like a month in, and I pissed a lot of people off. But it was like, it wasn't my fault. It was like, what? Because I'm fucking good at my job and like I'm good at what I do. And it's like, then you get the opportunities. You know what I mean? Like, I don't believe in luck. I believe that preparation meets opportunity. And when you're ready, the right thing will come, and you either take it and run with it, or you lose it, you know?
It helps as well, like when you're not like, yeah, okay, you're connected like within the club industry, but it helps when you're not like, you're not a bad bloke. You know, you get along, you try to get along with everyone, and your mates were, you know, they were doing well as well. So you have that formula, and you put that. Almost said it. You put all
You
that.
said it, all right?
I went
Get away.
No,
You said shit, all right? I heard the
no, that's all right. I'll let you get away with it. You didn't say the
You're
full
being
thing.
too nice to him, and he's a wanker.
No, because he did say one, and I let him go
Ah,
because
fair
he was
enough.
on a roll. You know, so I let it go. But yeah, like you have that formula. Yeah, right. You have that formula, and it was working for you at the time. Like good bloke, you know, you're good at your job, and it's just you just get it done, man. Just
Yeah.
that's how you used to do
Thanks,
it,
bro.
No, you're right, bro.
I got to shout out Don though. Chris, he definitely like put his neck out for me. Like Gano gave me a start.
Yeah.
And like, you know, Crunk, like Aaliyah, Luke,
Yeah, as well.
Wells,
You guys
like-
helped each other out
Yeah.
well as well, you know. So no, it was good. It was a good time for you, and like it was a good time, like to go out, you know. But then, you know, obviously, you know, COVID happened, reset. You know,
But
everyone
this-
took a beating.
This is the thing that you were saying about the mental health. Like, I guess, you know, I said to you, I always had that voice in the back of my head, like, what am I doing? What am I doing? When I went and studied my diploma, even though I didn't make as much money, I was struggling in other aspects of my life. I never had that voice in the back of my head anymore. I knew that, like, where I was and what I was doing, I was heavily into meditation and, like, focusing on what I really wanted to do and, like, finding my purpose in life. And, yeah, through those transitions, you know, that's where I feel like I needed that time to heal myself and for the next chapter of my life. You know?
So when you decided to give up on the painting side of things and you got into the studying and all that, I'm asking this because, you know, we're both of European families. What were your parents' words at that time in your life? Daniel, why you do such stupid things?
Yeah, my mum was pretty supportive, wasn't too bad. But yeah, they're just like, where's this going? Where's this going? You know what I mean? And like the late nights, they didn't understand, you know, like my auntie Lucky, she was the rock star of the family. So she'd like ran away from home when she was 16, joined a rock and roll band, was like a punk singer.
Like a full
Moving
on, like,
she was lived in Melbourne for a while, then Sydney, came back, like, and she was like a great saxophone player. And so like, you know, there always was one rebel in the family. So like I'd see my auntie and she'd like, my mum would drill me or whatever. And she'd like, shh, Daniel's sleeping. You don't know the entertainment. And she'd always stick up for me. And so like, I guess having her there, it took a lot of pressure off me because she was the oldest out of the sisters. So my mum would always listen to her, you know? And so that was the best thing. Like Sunday morning, I'd wake, you know, because we'd get home at like 7 a.m. And then by the time the wind down, like I'd be sleeping. I'd wake up at 12 o'clock and I'd see my auntie there. I knew I'd be good. I knew I wouldn't hear a lecture of like, oh, did you have a big night? Or, you know, da, da, da. But as well, like, I guess my mum knew that like what I was doing, I had good people around me. Like his cousin, they're not nobodies. Like, you know, they were hardworking producers that were really trying to make a name for themselves and push in the industry.
And we all had
know?
good families, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we weren't bad people.
You would know as well, man. You see certain, you know, you just see there's certain DJs that give the effort and there's others that don't, you know. And
Yeah.
Oh, look, for me, I still to this day don't think my mum ever understood what I was doing. I mean, every time I'd come home, she'd be up in the darkness with a little lamp next to her, and the second the back door would open, that lamp would light up her face, and she'd be holding like a wooden spoon or her slipper, and she's like, "Where have you been? Do you know what time it is?" And I'd look at my clock, going, "Yeah, it's 7 a.m."
It's like, yeah, man, I know what time it is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Have you been up all night?" "Yes, I've been home waiting for you." I'm like, wow,
Yeah, I've
you
got
are a
some of
loser.
those.
Go to bed.
yeah, I've got some of those. But it's just they worry. Like,
Like
no
the
one's
old
going to
man,
worry like
the
a
old
mum.
man, like did he care?
When my dad was pissed off with me, he never talked to me.
Oh, no,
And I
that's
know he was
easier.
pissed off.
It's easier.
But at that age in life, like I was, we're talking early 20s now. It's like he just didn't give a crap. As long as I was making my way and, doing what I needed to do, he didn't care.
Oh, good.
Well, the poor bloke had to hear his mum the whole time while he
Oh,
was at
yeah.
the club. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right.
After he just drowned her out, so he
That's
didn't
right.
have a headache.
Yeah.
Nah, good. That's good. Yeah. So, like I said, like before, the sacrifices you had to make, like even like say for example, I don't know, it's nothing like a big deal, but like when my sister got married, like he was, involved in that, wedding a bit as well, and he had to leave early because he had to go to HQ. It was just like,
See, they're the times I regret.
yeah,
I was
those things.
so involved in the music. Like at that time, I had such a goal to be like, no, I've got to be there. I've got to show up. And it was like, their nights I could have had off. Like I could have had them off. I should have just said I'm having them off. But it was like, no, I never wanted to let the crew down. And it's like, I'd worked so hard to get to that position. I didn't want to,
Give it to someone
that's-
else.
give it up. But
That's part of the grind, isn't it?
yeah, it's
Like
sacrifice,
you could have that night off,
Yeah.
but then you worry, if I have that night off, what opportunity am I missing out on?
yeah.
Could be
Who
someone
could be
there.
at that club
Yeah.
that can take me to the next level? Oh look, I'm not at that level. I never got into the club scene and the producing scene like you. But there was many times where I've missed family events because I had already been booked for a wedding or for a different event, and I couldn't give it to anyone else.
Yeah,
And I know it sucked because I wanted to be at that family event. I just couldn't be there.
yeah.
So they're the
Things
times,
people don't see too,
No, they don't.
and you got to
They
pay a
don't.
premium for that.
But they still argue when you're $50 more than the bloke up the road.
Oh, get over it.
Yeah, that's
Honestly.
why I don't budge. Like it is what it is. You want quality, you pay for it.
Yeah.
Get what you pay for. Simple as that.
Yeah.
It's even like, when we do quoting or whatever, like, right at the start, like so Daniel's obviously he's got his own business too. And like, just like me, like when I first started, I was so unsure about how to go about quoting.
What's your company called? PP?
Nah. Picture painting. No, it's called Classic Painting Services.
Classic painting
SA.
services.
Yeah, so just like when I first started, I was so unsure about how to go about quoting, whatever, and I had sort of mentors telling me like how to quote and whatever. And just when Daniel was starting out, I said, "Listen, man, like if you ever need a hand, whatever, I'm willing to come to your house or you come to my house, we can talk about it, whatever." So where was I going with this? So like back when you were saying like sacrifices and doing things cheaper and all that sort of stuff because you didn't know you wouldn't want to miss out on anything. So like back when you first started painting on your own, you just say yes to everyone. Yep, cool, yep, I'll be there. No worries. I'll do it for I'll do it $500 cheaper here and there. But now, like once you've had that grind and you're confident in yourself, you back yourself, and same with your DJing, mate. This is my price. If you don't like it, go to someone else. You get to that point where you can pick and choose your clientele.
See, with me now, like with my wedding services and all the DJing that I do, I pick and choose.
Yeah.
This is my quote. You
Same
want
with
it?
my painting.
You've
want it,
sacrificed
take it.
enough, mate.
Like to me, it's not my full-time gig. So I don't really care if you want to book me or not. If you want me, this is my price.
Yeah, that's right.
If you don't,
whatever.
see ya.
And to be honest, that way you actually work for people that are
Appreciative.
genuine and nice, and appreciative. That's perfect. Yeah, spot on.
Yeah, no, that's good. So when we haven't even got to that point yet. Like, so after you left, what did you do when you went back to painting? Like, where did you go? Who did you turn to? And
so like
Stamati.
Huh? What?
yeah, pretty well. At that time, you were starting your business because that's
Was it
when
me
you
first?
I was with Paul. I was with Paul for a bit, like my old apprentice, like the guy who taught me my trade.
Yeah.
So I was with him for a while, and then you were working at PLG, and I came and helped you
Oh,
guys.
that's right. Yeah.
So then he was a supervisor at a big company at that time, and then I would just subby to him as much as I could and a couple of people, because then I moved in the house with my partner at the time, and like I pretty much just started getting back on my own and just doing my own thing, and then eventually just turned into like I went back into the clubs for a little bit, and it was the worst.
Yeah,
it was terrible.
same.
Like because at the time with COVID and everything, because I was still a subcontractor, so and I was the host. So when one of the first nights I went to go play, right, because I'm the MC in my job, they actually that I was too loud in the speakers, and then they were saying that I was trying to start a party. So if the club got fined, I'd get a personal fine of $2,000.
Oh, is that the
Because
time
I'm
where?
the instigator.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm just
What?
doing,
Hang
So
on.
how
I
did
don't know
we-
if I ever told you that.
Remember,
That's why I
remember
completely
the
stopped.
was this the when the rules came in that
You couldn't drink and
clubs
dance?
could
Yeah,
open,
so clubs
but
could
you couldn't
open.
dance. You could only sit and
That's
drink.
right. You couldn't dance. You could only sit and drink. So we had that all set up. And then I would still, instead of like getting people to dance and stuff, I'd just go around the room a little bit, maybe sit down with them, talk, or I'd be at the booth and I'd still like hype a little bit. And on your seats, you could like pump up and, you could dance on your seats. And so there was one time where like, I think the shed got hit with a fine, and then they were trying to put it on me as like saying, oh, you had like an instigator, and they wanted me to pay it because I was a subcontractor. And I was...
What?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
But the club didn't make me pay it, like...
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's one of the big reasons.
So when HQ moved to Hindley Street, was that after or before COVID? I can't even remember the timeline now.
Nah.
After.
HQ moved to Hindley Street, I reckon, just before COVID. Or
it's
it was
before
a few,
COVID. 2 years.
And it closed down just before COVID.
Yeah. It went into liquidation just
Yeah,
before COVID.
within a year of it opening, it went into liquidation.
was
So I was
not the
just at the
same.
woolshed. Yeah.
But did you go to the new HQ at all?
Yeah. So I was the host at New HQ the whole time, from the start to finish.
Okay.
And that's when we didn't have an MC. So I would be doing from 10, I did like from 10 till 3. And then I'd do from like 3 o'clock.
But
till
they dock you paid
6.
a lot, didn't they? They weren't paying you the same hourly rate as what they were before, or they were?
No, they were pretty good. They were decent.
Okay.
Look, got to a point where they didn't pay some of them and stuff. Like I got stooged in the end, but like I had boys that they didn't get
Thousands.
paid a lot of money. Yeah, so You know, you just had to be on top of it. You know, I still was a subby, and you know, like it was a great time though. Like HQ,
The
when
original HQ.
The original HQ was awesome,
Oh,
but even
man.
the new one, because it's like a brand new club. Like people can say whatever the hell they want, but when the new HQ opened up, it was cranking every single weekend for a year straight.
So what
I was
happened?
there every
What
week.
happened?
When you don't put more money into the club, they broken promises. They promised the club, and like everything gets blown out of proportion. It gets taken way too far budget wise, and they just didn't have enough money. Do you know what I mean? Like to actually run the club, it was huge. So to have it operating every week, you need to have thousands of people pumping drinks, you know, and it just the concept of it was amazing.
Why did they close the original one so early? I mean, the hospital
the
hadn't even been built.
Yeah, but it was all legal. Which I saw someone post. They actually are releasing it. Did you see that?
Yeah, there's a big sign out the front.
Yeah.
For who?
Yeah.
They're releasing it now.
As a club?
No,
No, I wouldn't,
as a
but-
venue now.
What?
As they're trying to release the place.
So I thought that they were going to keep the facade because it's heritage.
They have to keep it. That
and
new
then
market
they're
all
going
has
to build.
stay.
They're going to build a massive apartment block
Yeah,
there.
what I heard.
Yeah, that's right. But then that's why I don't know why they're leasing it now then.
Well, maybe that plan
know?
didn't go through with the new apartments.
I don't know, man.
Because that's
but
the whole reason why.
as far as I'm aware,
Yeah.
that was one of the best laid out clubs.
Oh,
Oh, it was the
I've
best
ever-
laid out
Dude,
club
not even
then.
that. The smokers area was the best. Like
Yeah.
you just go hang out in the
Just go hang out
smokers
the back.
area. Like
Yeah.
that was one place where it's like if you could lose your friends, rock up in the smokers area,
You'll
stay there
find
for
them.
10 minutes, you'll see one.
Yeah, because you do you go main stage, you go smokers area, then you go the outside section, the R&B section. You just keep doing the loop.
Had the watermelons, and then like you had the
They did the
massage
sausage sizzle
chairs
as
and
well
shit.
later.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah, that Johnny the was.
you know? Have you heard of the Discovery nightclub in Darwin?
No.
I have heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So one
yeah.
of their big clubs in Darwin that was actually modelled off of the original Heaven.
Well,
Yeah.
On High Street, on
Smart
West
move.
Terrace.
Smart
Yeah.
move.
Just like I used to love, like, you know, there was always that wog corner that all the Greeks would just go stand on.
Yeah.
Right? You know how you
Yeah.
facing the stage.
Yeah, on the left-hand
Facing,
side there.
yeah, there's a bar on the left-hand
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
That was the wog corner, and every Greek under the sun would just hang out there every weekend.
But I think they went through like generations because even when
that's-
we were there, like I don't want to keep bringing it up, but 8 years later, we were there, and that was still the wog corner. It wasn't a dig, man. It wasn't a dig.
yeah, I know it wasn't a dig, but you made it quite clear that, you know, I'm 8 years
So-
older than you.
8 years, yeah.
That's the thing. When I worked in the clubs before and after COVID, man, it was just weird.
Weird times.
Because everyone was socially didn't know how to interact, and like you'd see them right at the start of the night, like be very awkward until they had a few drinks in them, and then they were drunk. Then they started being more social, and because like with us, you're exactly right. Like you could go to town, not be with any of your boys, don't even know, like don't have someone to go out with, rock up at HQ or the old Heaven, and just go to the wog corner and find someone that you know.
Oh, you'd
Do
guarantee
you know what I mean?
to find a whole
Guarantee
group
you'd
of people.
See, yeah,
That or the
right?
smokers area, you'd find something.
You wouldn't. There's no way I'd do that now. Like where if you were younger, just to go out by yourself.
I don't even know what clubs are open anymore. I
Not
thought
many.
Apple was still there.
Not many.
They're more like
Mansions?
They're just
Is
not
Mansions still
big.
there?
No way. No, they got like Cherry.
What's Cherry?
Cherry it's like it's.
But Shivago's still there?
Shivago's is still. going.
Yeah, but doesn't really operate.
Really?
Yeah, Shivago's is there. I did a Greek
Electric
night there not long
Circus? Is
ago.
that still there? That's gone too.
Is EC?
Nah,
EC's?
that's gone.
EC's gone.
That's gone.
So
at the
what's the
moment,
OG?
from,
James is gone.
from what I know,
Cherry's popping, which is the old owners of Reds.
Is it in the
Red
same?
Square?
Is it in the same?
Yeah, it's just a little bit further up, so it's
So-
like across near the wool shed.
Is there anything in the old Red Square now? Or is it
No,
still?
nothing's at Red Square at the moment. But then they've got Fabric, which is old Dog and Duck.
Okay.
The wool shed's still cranking. Like,
So the woolshed's still there.
dude, wool shed's still cranking. They still got Black Ball. Dude, at the end of the day, like, I know the wool shed's known as like the shithole. Like, I always got told, oh, it's like the Vic. It's like the city,
CBD.
But like, it's kind of always reminded me of like a mini HQ. You got so many rooms. You want to go upstairs. You go hear some bangers.
I don't think
You
I've
want to go
ever been
down.
to the woolshed.
It's just like
Never been there.
as much as it is a filthy place, but it is what it is.
I knew one
Like-
of the DJs there. I don't know if he's still there. DJ Vance.
Oh yeah, Vance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
is he
Vance
still
in the
there?
back room. He might be. I haven't been there in ages.
So he invited me one night. Got absolutely
Yeah, Vance is a lad. He can drink, man.
shit faced, and it was wow. Like different, very different crowd to what I'm used to.
Super different. But you get a whole range. We had people that were 18 to 60-year-olds. You know, and if you wanted to go sing along, you know, country Aussie rock songs, you go downstairs. You know, you wanted to, like, say, crank in the R&B, go to the front. Like, yeah, it was just a good fun time.
I don't know about you, but back in the days when I used to go clubbing, there were specific clubs where you would not allowed to be get in unless you had a collared shirt on and actual proper dress shoes, right? You weren't allowed to wear sneakers or anything like that.
Yeah.
And then there was the clubs where you could literally walk in naked and no problems, like, you know,
So
no
that-
worries.
Reds wouldn't let her walk in. You
So
couldn't have
Reds,
a
Yeah.
Reds.
beard.
I had the everyone had
Jawline?
everyone had the jawline back in the day. Because I had the jawline, they wouldn't let me in. I looked too intimidating. Right? I was like, okay, whatever. And I remember when Heaven opened up on Pulteney Street there on the corner. Was it Kings or whatever?
St. Paul's.
St. Paul's. Yeah, St. Paul's. When it opened up there, I remember I had been in there plenty of times. And it was and it was my 18th birthday. I had been there plenty of times, but now it's my 18th birthday. Like I had a few, like, heaps of boys there, you know, that were going to go celebrate. Anyway, they wouldn't let me in because I looked like a wog. I don't know. Anyway, I'm like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah, no, you're not allowed in, man. Sorry." I'm like, "Okay." I'm going to just call my mates out, and there was like 30 or 40 that came out, and they're like, "Oh no, you can go back in now. Oh, and here's some drink cards too." I'm like, "You mate,
Bloody pricks.
yeah, like you try to stereotype." I go,
Pricks.
"Man, I'm
We
not. I
hold up
don't."
the line at the start. And they're like, the club's empty. Bring him in. No, they look like it's busy at the front.
Yeah, no. So yeah, whatever. Anyway, so yeah, you're right. There was some clubs that wouldn't let you in just because how you looked and how you presented yourself and whatever.
Now they let any
Now they
dickhead
let
through.
anyone through. Yeah, so whatever.
You know, the dollar talks now.
Yeah, that's
Everyone's
right, yeah.
desperate. Everyone's desperate.
I'm so away from the club scene these days. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, I can't.
So do you do anything in the music scene now?
No, like not like out in the public. So I still like make music at
still
home. I have my
produce
own
stuff,
studio and
yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, I still definitely make my own music, but it's more like therapy and just, you know, like because I love to do it. I still got everything set up. Like I've got
Still
music
there.
that's waiting to drop. Like I've got songs that are completely done. Shout out Vibe Science, mad face, Chris Lowe, whatever he is. But he was like my producer engineer. And like we did a shitload of music together, and I still got like heaps I can just drop. But I just. Yeah, you know, again, like I'm not half-assed, so if I do it, I want to do it properly. You know, he said just drop your music, like who cares? But I care too much, you know? And the thing is as well, you know, like when you make music or you do something like you listen to your old podcasts, you've gotten so much better. So it's like, it's very hard to put it out because I critique it so much. And I know that I'm so much better than what I was, so I could just make more music now. And that's the way I kind of see it.
Oh, look, I'm a natural when it comes to this stuff, but he's come a long way. Like he has come a very long way. I remember when he first started podcasting with me, and like, you know, he couldn't get two sentences together. Now look at him. He makes it all about himself.
Yeah.
you know,
Actually, you've always made it about yourself.
We did podcasts before there was even podcasts around.
oh, so
We did Facebook live videos.
no, so
on
what?
the drive home when,
No,
when we were apprentices.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
wow.
what we
Yeah.
used to do, like because I used to live off Nelson Road there at Ingle Farm, and he'd live like 5 minutes away from me. So what we used to do, we just had an agreement. Well, there was an agreement. I just sort of put it on him. I'll just come to your house and you drive to work, right?
Chauffeur, everybody,
Yeah, yeah.
smart chauffeur, and the whole family.
Never offered him a fuck. Never
Put it
offered
down.
never offered him a dime, right?
That's the Greek in him. That's the Greek.
Yeah. Anyway, so what we used to do, on the way home from work, we used to do Average Joe's Driving You Home, right? Back in the day. So it was pretty. It was like a laugh, you know. There was times where I'd be the biggest tight ass, like sometimes, and I'd drive to work, and oh man, there was fuel in here. I don't know what happened, and now I can't start the van. Remember that time at St. Peter's? Yeah, so there was a few like skits we used to make. Just before I moved to Sydney, we did a massive it was like a Cribs rip off at my dad's
MTV
house.
Cribs,
Yeah, so we thought it was pretty funny, So yeah, we used to just do little skits here and there, which was good.
But this one time we ripped on our boss, and then he saw the video and was like, "Hey, smart asses, huh?
Oh no!
You didn't do everything you said you did you? You prick?" It was like, there was a lot of sanding that day.
Yeah, there was. I remember there was a time, this is probably 15, we were saying it the other day, 15, 16 years ago, and it was like 100 and something mils of rain in Adelaide. And he used to have like a little Suzuki Swift, and we'll go down Port Rush Road, and the Port Rush Road was flooded. And we drove straight into it, and water went into, I don't know, his intake or something.
Oh God!
And the car completely just died on the road.
Oh,
like in the
jeez.
middle of the road. It was like a river down Port Rush Road. So yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, and no one would stop.
No one would
Like
stop.
in the middle of Port Rush Road, I had to like stop traffic with my hand. Like it was hammering down with rain. We ended up getting it to the side of the road, which ran to his auntie's house.
And my auntie lived off Port Rush Road there. And then and they were at home, and because they had one of those older houses, and their laundry was outside, so she had the broom, and she was like trying to sweep out all the water going into her lawn. It was bad. So yeah, we made some skits from that. It was good time. Good time to be alive, I think.
We're gonna have these cookies.
Which ones are we going for?
I don't know. Do you want coffee or not?
Yeah, I'll go with coffee. Yeah, thank you.
Are we going Katrina's, or are we going to open the blondies?
We'll go Katrina's first. Oh wow, sounds like a bloody kitchen in here.
Do you need Steven?
Oh, they smell great. Smell great.
Nah, I'm sweet.
I'm just thinking about these cookies. They look amazing. Shout out Kat.
So, our guest has rocked up with a
Margaret.
with a big bottle, a big what are they called? Not Eskies.
Thermos.
Thermos of
not a
Italian espresso.
Yeah.
So
Margaret.
A Margaret.
we're about to have that with a big supply of cookies right here, as you can see. Well, you can't see if you're listening.
No.
But you can watch this on the reel when it gets ready. Of freshly baked cookies.
Yeah.
So-
Grazie, signor.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. Oh, that is nice and hot.
Yeah, let that
I
one.
know
just cool off a little
everyone
bit.
listening to our podcast is going to go, what do these guys do in the studio week in, week out?
If
Here
you
you go.
need some Steve.
Have a
Here we
cookie. Have a cookie.
Yes,
You probably know what they taste like. You've probably
close,
already
Have you already had some?
gone
course I
through
have.
about...
She's been making them all weekend.
So I've only been waiting about 5 weeks for these cookies. So I'm just going to crack one open right here.
Yeah. No, they're good. She does all right. She does all right. I'll give her that much.
Oh.
Oh, wild.
Yeah, she's good. She's good. Yeah, so anyway, Daniel. So I don't know where you want to go. But oh yeah, your mind's a bit blown there a little bit.
You know what it is? It's the white chocolate with the milk
I
chocolate.
told her that's
that's
the best.
making the combo.
And she did a bit of an experiment. She also there was one time she put caramel in there as well.
Oh,
And that was pretty good, eh? And then she did the Biscoff. What are they called?
that reminds me. So on Sunday when I went to get these cookies, I bought a Biscoff one to eat on the day.
Yep,
And mate, I'll tell you what.
it's good.
I put it in the microwave for just a little bit.
Yep,
And there was Biscoff caramel right in the middle.
perfect.
And it melted through the biscuit. And there was the Biscoff crunchiness on top.
Yeah,
Oh, my Lord.
amazing. Nah, it's good when you get
Oh,
them
my
right.
Lord.
Yeah.
And you know, someone actually contacted me. Well, I'm not going to hide it. Andrew contacts me, and he goes, "So, how are you going with your, clean eating and diet and everything that you're doing?" Because I've been doing quite well with my healthy eating and losing weight this year. And I go, "Yeah, I'm doing quite well. I'm still losing every week. I'm doing really well. I've dropped down quite a few sizes in my pants and my shirts, and I'm feeling fantastic.
Yeah, killer.
Fantastic." And he goes, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "What was that?" And he goes, "Oh, you sure talk a lot about cookies." I'm like, "Yeah, that's our new segment." Yeah, so we've got a cookie fetish.
Don't worry, I get called Donut Boy at the gym.
Oh,
Yeah, I got like a massive donut thing with my girl. Like we go to around Adelaide and like try donuts and like
all right.
certain ones.
We need to get into this topic then. Where's your favourite donut place at the moment?
Look, put it out there. It's not even. It's Barossa Browns,
Oh,
but hands down,
I've never been there.
it's worth the drive. If anyone's saying don't drive that far, it's worth every single K that you drive. It is the best donut.
how far is it? An hour?
Well, Barossa, about an hour.
Yeah, but it's worth it,
It's
man.
so worth it. It is the best.
Have you had their custard ones?
I just had their banoffee special a couple
yeah, I'll
weeks
just
ago,
put my
and
feet
that
up here,
blew
boys.
my mind. And then look, I got to shout out Donut World because they're like my local. So Glynde,
Yeah, they're good.
Donut World.
They're really good.
the Biscoff donut, the Biscoff cookie. You zap that for 10 minutes. I know way too much about this shit.
Donut
So,
World,
like-
OG. They're
Yeah.
really, really good.
And like,
Hang on. Donut World, is that on McGill Road?
No,
No,
that's on
Payneham Road.
Payneham Road.
across the road from Macca's Felix, though.
Yeah.
The guy's like,
Payneham Road.
the owner is an absolute legend too. He always
Why?
does a
Why
video.
do I know that? It's like a pink logo.
Yes, yeah.
Why do I know that?
They
He's
used
the
to
one that had the
be
home
on they used to be on Woodville Road as well, on the corner near the
I
corner of Woodville
reckon.
and
I reckon.
Port Road.
I would drive past it every time we'd go play Campbelltown.
Yep. Yeah, it's there on the left hand side.
You can't miss it. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
The guy does like a donut of the day, and he like does a video. He's pretty good on social.
I think they're much better than Krispy Kremes, me personally.
yeah.
I don't like
So-
Krispy Kremes. I don't like it. Krispy Kremes is just it's just a deep fried
Yeah.
circle.
Yeah.
There's no substance to it. It's just deep fried circle with glaze on top. Like,
Yeah.
100%.
I can probably pull myself off and make a better glaze.
Okay. Yep. That was very.
But do you try the donuts of the months at O'Connell Street Bakery and Port
Yeah.
Elliot and stuff like that?
Yeah, tried. We
Wow.
don't get to Port Elliot that much, but like I always see him. Like Mascavado as well. I'm into like croissants, like filled croissants. Dude, last week I went to Sugar Man on Hutt Street.
Everyone tells me about this Sugar Man place.
Do yourself a favor.
Where is
Yeah.
it?
You know they're so good. They're only
Where is it?
only trading from Friday to Saturday, Sunday, and they're on Hutt Street, right next to Chibok.
Okay.
So they do. It changes every single week. We had like a chocolate tiramisu croissant cake on the weekend, and it was unreal. And we had a gyros one, like it was savory. So
Oh,
they do savory.
what?
We had a chicken gyros croissant sandwich. I'm telling you, it was like.
That's blasphemy.
It was amazing though.
But it sounds good,
like,
though.
It tasted like I was eating I just can't. I can't even explain it.
Hey, wait, pause there. Now that you mentioned Euros, can I tell you where you're not going to believe this? You will not actually believe this, Tamati.
Tell me.
Do you know where one of the most tastiest Euroses I've had recently has been?
I can tell you where the taste is. I've had one.
No, I'm just telling you where I
Where?
have recently had a very full-on tasty, and you're not going to believe it. One bit.
Where's it located?
One bit.
Where's it located?
Close.
Close to where?
Here.
Villies.
No.
Oh, okay. Who?
No. But we are regulars at this venue. You and I are very regulars. At least twice weekly. Maybe even 3 times.
What?
Mm.
Where?
The Crossbar.
Yeah.
Mate,
Well, we're going up there on Friday night.
I get combo Euroses,
Okay.
and the last 2 times I've had it, bang on the money.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Well, I'm going up to see Nick later on Friday, so we'll have a crack. But the best tasting gyros I've tried recently is at Dino's on the Hindley Street.
Oh, I haven't been there. But I bet it would be because he's authentic.
Are they the owners of?
He used to be the owner of Mazemazi.
And when did he sell?
Oh, a couple of years ago.
Okay, mate, I'm telling you, everything
He's
on
authentic
that menu
Greek
is
street
wild.
food. Yeah.
Wild.
Wow.
Anyway,
So you bring up gyros in front of Greeks, and boom, they just take off running. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
right.
It's like
I'm
chocolate
gonna
pizzas.
over here.
now that we're talking food, I'm going to give a big shout out to the girls behind Blondie's Cookies, Bakehouse. Sorry, Blondie's Bakehouse.
Mm-hmm. Is that red velvet?
It is. So on Sunday they had a market stall at the at the Arundel Mall Gathered Markets, and I had to go just to buy a box of these to bring in tonight. Well, I bought a bag because I didn't want to buy you the big ones. I don't think you're worth the big ones.
I bring you a whole box
Yeah, but
of
that's,
cookies.
that's from your wife, okay? Not from you.
Who paid the grocery bill?
so-
to
There's the double choc. I believe that's a choc chip, and there's a red velvet one in here.
yeah, see, I'm
All
not
right.
interested in the red velvet, mate.
So you're not.
I am.
Oh, okay. So I said to them that I'm going to be talking about these cookies on the next podcast episode.
We're looking for
and we are
sponsors,
going to.
By the way, we're looking for sponsors.
We are going to be.
I'm talking to the camera, Daniel, mate. I'm not looking
Okay,
at
I
you.
was like, what?
Can you let me finish my story?
Sorry, mate. Yeah,
All
go
right,
on,
stop cutting me off.
Sorry, but
I said to them that we're going to be making a reel out of this and posting it up on our socials, tagging them into it, making sure the whole world knows about Blondie's Bakehouse.
because we're worldwide.
All right. Well, we will be. We will be.
That's the mental.
Grab one. Now, I'm not going to microwave these because they are smaller. Grab one. Feel free. Any flavor you want.
I'm gonna go double.
Double.
Oh, shit.
Yep. Grab it.
Look, already amazing. They're just breaking in your hands.
Oh, you can tell they're already good. There you go. All right.
Sorry,
There you go.
making a mess, boy.
What do you reckon?
They're good.
Everything's gone quiet.
Red velvet.
Daniel's eyes are rolling back.
The mess you're making over
all I
there.
can see is white. He's gone speechless. Stamati.
This is really good.
Stamati can't even talk. Girls, this is proof. This is proof that these guys have completely just fallen in love with your cookies.
How many calories are these though?
Who cares?
A lot.
You can go to the gym afterwards and burn it all off, right?
Man,
Have you been to the gym yet today? Okay, that's all right. We'll burn it off tomorrow morning.
Wow.
What do you
Really
reckon?
good. Yeah. That'd be wild.
you know, like how sometimes you have double choc. It's like too much. This is a perfect balance where it's not overwhelming. You know what I mean?
See, I'm not a really big fan of double choc because
Because of that, right?
Because of that, yeah.
Yeah, I would no. This is perfect.
wow, this turned into a bloody food rating service.
This is what I do every week. Like, I literally train my ass up so I can just eat desserts.
So that's just a choc chip one. He's gone silent. Daniel's just sitting there like, eating crumb after crumb off of the table, just in complete silence.
Babe, this is so good.
Yeah, they're gone. I've lost them. Well, that was a great episode, guys. Thank you very much.
Oh man.
I apologize to all those people that are listening to this episode going, right, I have no idea.
Are they going to talk?
Is this like a Gordon Ramsay thing going on here? And no, it's not. But there you go. We just had a cookie tasting session.
That was really good. Wow.
I think we need to take our cameras and microphones around Adelaide and do a cookie tasting.
Cookie tasting.
What's your rating? Do you rate? Like I rate my food.
All right.
Like, we'll
You go.
eat and then
You go
we'll rate
first.
off
Let's
it, like,
go.
what we
Let's
think
go.
of,
Give
like,
me
texture.
give me a rating.
Are we talk? Let's go Katrina's first. Come on. She brought
Because
it
yeah,
in.
but you gotta base it. They're like homemade baked
Different.
cookies.
Yeah, different.
So like on the homemade baked scale, she's nailed it. Like I love you, Kat. So I'm gonna say like, and I'm pretty hard critique. All right, I'm a very hard critique. The balance between the cookies were wild. I would say like 8.5. Right, because I could still taste. It's just for me. Like obviously, I could taste a lot of sugar.
Oh,
you know,
it's-
but that's
heaps.
standard. Like,
See, I like them better when she like sort of not burns the bottom a little bit, but just that crispy.
she nailed it pretty good.
Yeah, the next batch was heaps good.
Well,
too.
the one I ate had that little bit of a caramelization
perfect. Okay,
underneath.
so that's what I'm talking about,
right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to give that batch, I reckon, a 8.5, only because the one I picked up, I just didn't feel was chunky enough.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm looking at some other ones in that, and I know they're going to be 9s or 10s.
Yeah. Well, she has made a better batch, but that was still
Yeah, I
pretty
know. I
good.
get the reject batch. I get it.
100%. I'm not giving him this back because it was all of the ones that are at home. I've all got the caramelized on the bottom. I'm not fucking giving him that.
All right, let's go to blondies now.
Blondies,
So you
okay.
had the
Red
red
velvet.
velvet, you had the double choc, and then you had half of the choc chip.
Yeah.
So give me on the red velvet.
Okay, the red velvet, I'd probably give a solid 9. It was good. 8.5 to 9, because so when did you pick them up?
I got them on Sunday.
Sunday. I reckon if you gave it to me yesterday, it would have been a bit more not chewier, but like I felt like as I was going, it was just a little bit dry, like right at the end. You know, did you get that? You want it moist.
It would have been more moist.
Yeah, but the flavors, oh God, really good. So I'd give it
And-
about an 8.5.
I mean, I can't tell you whether they were made on Sunday for Sunday or whether they were
Maybe.
made earlier. I'm guessing they were made on the Saturday. So,
Maybe.
being now
Yeah,
Tuesday.
a couple of days, whatever. Yeah, that's cool.
But all right, so a solid 9. How about yourself with the double
that's,
choc?
That's pretty. Yeah, we're up there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because
Yeah.
like again, I agree that like the fact of it wasn't too overpowering, where it's like you ate the whole cookie, and I could eat another one.
Yeah, see, I love red velvet.
Do you want another one?
Nah,
Do you want
it's
to try a
alright, it's
different flavour?
Just
Come
give
on,
me
man.
half of the red velvet. Oh, Cookie is so devastated. Just give me a chunk of it. I so want to try it.
on the way home.
You know what? I'm even more happy. I'm even more satisfied.
Oh, God,
that
look,
I'm
he even
taking-
goes,
Yeah, I
he even goes
destroyed it for
quarter.
you,
He even goes quarter.
just to be a nice
Well,
guy.
you know
This
what?
guy.
I'm gonna try a quarter of the red
What
velvet.
is this? That's my cookie.
There you go.
This was supposed to be my bag.
Sharing is caring, all right?
Oh.
You guys want to back up off the microphones a bit when you're chewing? It sounds like I don't even know what it sounds like when you're doing.
You need the full user experience
How
here,
good is
man.
that white chocolate?
Yeah.
Just hits you on the back end.
Oh, that's very chunky. That's actually really good.
That. What do you think? Because you've had both now between the chopped chip.
Look, I'll have to.
The red velvet's the best.
I'm gonna say this. I have to give these guys a 10 because I ate them fresh on Sunday.
Yeah, fair.
And I had the best experience.
melt in your mouth.
So my boys, my oldest son got the caramel birthday cake one.
Wow.
So it was
That'd be wild.
a nice white cookie.
And you didn't bring me a Snickers one. I told you.
No,
I
they didn't
want a
have any,
Snickers
man.
one.
They didn't have any. They had they were sold out of the Snickers and the Reese peanut butter cup ones.
Oh.
Yeah. So, my son had the caramel birthday cake. In the center, there was a really nice chunk of caramel, and on top, hundreds and thousands.
Baller.
All right, hundreds and thousands don't faze me much, but the cookie itself, amazing.
Yep.
My youngest son had one called the Cookie Monster, which was a blue biscuit.
Yeah.
So obviously a white biscuit with blue dye.
Yeah.
Very chunky choc chips, white and milk chocolate choc chips, and right in the center, a full Oreo.
Oh,
So an Oreo in a biscuit, right?
heart attack in a cookie. You know what I
Oh
mean?
my God. The wife had a big red velvet one,
Oh, the red velvet's nice.
which just had a really nice creamy center. And then I had the Biscoff one.
Oh, see, you
Oh,
can't go wrong.
Biscoff's
You
the
can't
best,
go wrong
man.
with Biscoff, man. Honestly.
I'm telling you, like my that's a 10 for me.
Yeah.
I
Good
gotta
stuff.
say I gotta plug one of my mates because
So,
so my gym partner, right? I got 2 gym partners. One of them's Dan, and the other one's Pasquale. He's one of the owners of Cafe Va Bene, right? And they do tiramisu, but they do pistachio tiramisu.
A what?
A pistachio tiramisu.
What?
I'm telling you, man. I had it last week because I kept seeing him posted in the story, like he'd reshare the story, and he'd come to the gym, and I'm like, bro, you need to stop posting the story. I can't do it. I come home, I see the batch of pistachio tiramisu, I said, and I tell you what, next time I eat there, you better save me a piece because we sell out every day. I'm telling you, I can't explain. If you love pistachio and tiramisu, get your ass down to Cafe Va Bene and try it.
Hang on. So are we talking about pistachio as in the actual nut?
Yeah, the
or
nut.
that paste?
No, the nut. So his sister-in-law makes it fresh every day, and she makes like her own pistachio paste in the tiramisu, and then that also like the nuts on it as well. Like I just can't
So
explain.
instead of the mascarpone cream,
It's
they've
like
got pistachio.
Yeah, pistachio mascarpone. Like it's still like it's a pistachio tiramisu. I can't explain it. You just gotta try it.
I gotta say, Katrina does make a mean tiramisu, man. Mean.
Can
Yeah,
I
I make an all. I love. It's one of my favorite.
Have you
dishes. I
guys
make a
heard
good
of
tiramisu.
the Soho pop-up restaurant?
Yeah.
Yeah, in Festival
Festival
Centre.
Centre,
Yeah. So I took the wife there on Saturday night. We had a date
You like
night.
going up to your pop-ups and stuff, don't you, mate?
She booked it. I'm happy to take her to Macca's for all I care. It's a date night. I'm
but
out.
the
I'm
pop-ups
out
are
with.
sick.
I'm out without the kids. You know what I mean? Anyway, it was a great experience. This place was amazing. Great ambiance. It was just phenomenal.
Ambiance.
It was just a beautiful layout, beautiful setup. Right. We finished off with a tiramisu, and I have to say it was probably
Gangbusters.
the best meal of the night. The rest of the food was great.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fault the food, but it wasn't that wow factor for me to say if this was a permanent restaurant, I'd be back for more.
Yeah. See, with tiramisu, you got to get it right because if you put too much coffee in it, it just overpowers.
Too much alcohol.
Too much alcohol.
Yeah.
And then, because then
It
you don't want it soggy. Like it's got to have the nice sponge consistency.
You got to get it right. That's like
Yeah.
what's that bloody dessert I always get? It's like glazed on top with the sugar.
Creme brulee.
Creme brulee,
Yeah.
right? Sometimes with the creme brulee, if they burn it, the top, it's like, nah, you've just stuffed the whole thing up.
Talking about creme brulee, that sugar man bloke had a creme brulee New York croissant, the wheel ones.
I wanted to get one.
Yeah.
It looked unreal.
Yeah.
Everything I've gotten from there, man, it's never let me down. It's just quality.
I mean, you know what? Just always play
Anyway.
And
safe.
it's always a lineup.
Maybe when I hit my next milestone, I'll take you out, Stamati, and we'll go to the sugar man.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah,
But for now, I think I'm sugared out.
yeah.
Wow. I think we need to create a new segment or at least a new podcast.
What's that?
Maybe 2 blokes and a cooktop.
2 blokes and a cookie.
2 blokes and a cookie.
Two blokes, one cookie.
Yeah, that sounds a little bit nasty.
Yeah.
But that's as much as I get. I
Like
love
2
to do
girls in a
dessert.
cup.
So tell us now, like, oh god, I can't deal with this. I'm trying to keep professional here, Daniel. And I've got.
I think we're way beyond the professionalism now.
I'm trying to carry this podcast away. Here,
We've
mate.
had the coffee, we've had the sugar intake.
We're at the next level now.
So tell us where you are now. Like after
Sugar is a drug.
Yeah, so is alcohol.
I'm buzzing.
All right. Yeah, tell us where you are now, man. Like you obviously, so you were painting. You went from painting to the clubs. The clubs obviously that sort of died in the ass after COVID or whatever.
Yeah,
Went back
to the trade.
to the trade, and what's going on now?
Through that transition, I was with someone and was gonna get married. Unfortunately, that didn't go through. And
Yes, yep.
I supported her because she supported me with my dreams. She had dreams to be like a bikini model, like bodybuilding in the bikini category. And she did really well.
She did, yeah.
Yeah. And she always supported her through that. And she kept pushing for it. And then we just kind of grew apart.
Yeah.
I was just working way too much and it just kind of got way too much. And then yeah, I guess I was kind of back into rock bottom. Like I never was really happy with myself too. I think a lot from like COVID and all of that. Like I didn't really know how to deal with the transition, and that probably had a bit to do with it as well. And yeah, so now like I guess at that point I lost everything. So like everything that I worked my ass for, you know, I kind of really switched. Instead of focusing on my music and things like that, I wanted to like, you know, be a dad, have a family, provide, settle down, and like really just, you know, get into painting again and take it more seriously. And, you know, I wouldn't say do something that's like normal or average, because it's not normal or average. It's like you just pick what you want to do. I just didn't want to be an entertainer anymore, like go for that big chase your dream, you know? I just had different dreams set, I guess. And through that, that's how we kind of grew apart. She wanted to keep traveling up into the, you know, like
A category.
yeah,
and
the
all that
category, and
sort of
kind of, you know, keep hitting medals and things like that. So, yeah, we decided to split ways. So at that point, that's when I hit rock bottom, and I would say like I went through the darkest place. But as well, like at that time too, like she was really into the gym, and I always supported her through the gym. So she would go to the gym at 4:30 in the morning, 5, you know. And
And at that point, you weren't at the gym at all.
nah, you know, because when COVID hit, I was with her PT. So she did CrossFit and stuff. So we'd do training sessions and stuff together and all that. So I kind of was always around the bodybuilding industry and things like that. Just, you know, because when your partner's in it, like, you know, and you're the supporter, you just naturally get involved in it. So yeah, I still would do all the comps and things like that. I wouldn't say like at that point I joined a gym, you know. And then I ended up joining up at Deramis, and she did encourage me to go to the gym a lot more. And then at one point I just kind of, you know, like backed off of it a bit. And when we split up, it was just, yeah, it was kind of like,
It was a big deal because
Yeah.
12 years, you know, and they were engaged, and they had a wedding date set and everything, and it just was like, what, you know? Because you got to remember, like, so Daniel, like, whenever my family, even my extended family, they do a party, like he's invited, like he's a part of the family, you know. So obviously, his partner at the time, she was around as well. So, you know, we all, we all were mates, like family, you know. So when they did split, it was very like, what, you know, what, like,
Wog life.
yeah.
just one of the last family events, one of them come up to me like, yeah, so wait, you're married? Where is she? I'm like, it's been a minute. Far out here. Like,
It's
wow.
been what, a couple of years now, isn't it?
yeah, it's been nearly 3, yeah.
Yeah. So it was, you know, then there was a one event.
That's the once-off situation where news travels really slow.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like,
Because
what are you
normally
on
in the
about?
grapevine,
It's
like, you know, everyone
Yeah.
knows each other's business.
Yeah.
tripping.
So and there was still one event where they were split, but she was still there because it was like you couldn't like uninvite her, you know. So yeah, that was a bit awkward, but you know, whatever. You know, we move on, and you know, Daniel's in a better place now, and
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
was
you can say that, but
yeah, like it was just weird. Like, honestly, like and I admit, like in my ways, I probably wasn't the best version of myself. I definitely wasn't the best version of myself that I could be. Like I wasn't my worst version.
yeah.
You know, I was really lost. I had an identity crisis. At that point, it's like I'd worked my ass off doing everything in painting and got success and like had something really good. Then I like lost all of that to then really pursue my dreams, and I actually did start achieving something that was just consistent and doing well. You know, like music was supporting myself. You know what I mean? Like I got to that point where I was, you know, entertainment was supporting what I was doing, and that's all I ever wanted to an extent. Because I always said, if you give me $1,000 to go work on the trade from, you know, just to do 6 hours, and if you only gave me half of that to work in a studio from 6 to 6, I'd be in that studio every day because that's what I know I love. It's not about the money, you know? And yeah, so I think through that, like, yeah, I guess now if we're fast forwarding, you know, I train every single day, 6 days a week. I train at 5 o'clock in the morning, 2 hours a day with 2 of my gym mates. And yeah, like I just transitioned into, you know, I had no excuse. At one point, you keep telling yourself all these excuses.
Close to the mic.
Oh, sorry. You keep telling yourself all these excuses, and I just had a point where it's like I had no more excuses to tell myself, you know. And at the time that I was training, she was still going to the gym that I was at. So I was with this girl for 12 years, and then I would see her every single day, and she just ignored me like I didn't exist. And like the guy that I train with, like he's one of my best mates now, you know, she would say to me, "Oh, you should train with him. You should train with him." You know, and he's actually my auntie's friend. And the reason why she knew is because when a couple of the boys went there, my auntie knew and said, "Oh, you know, my niece is there, or whatever, make sure you look after her." So they just always, you know, were friendly and all of that. And, you know, I just kept going to the gym, even though it was really hard and I didn't really know what else I was doing. I just knew getting up every day and just, you know, I didn't go to the gym 6 days a week straight away. I'm just going to say that off the bat, okay? I started doing like 3 days a week and then like I started just doing it with cardio and stuff. And then eventually after like 3 weeks of doing it for 3 days, I went and then I started doing 4 days. And then I bumped into, you know, I would see my mate Dan, and then he was a painter by trade. He had kids, things like that. And he just said, "Hey, you want to train with me?" And I just did a session with him because I had like, my shoulders was always really sore. I had a back issue for a long time. And then, yeah, just started training with him one session, never kind of stopped. And then it just eventuated into, you know, I fell in love with like challenging myself every single day. You know, and then like it all clicked to me and I realized like, yeah, people were like, "You look good" or whatever. To me, I don't care. This is just a result of hard work that I put through myself every day. And that's why I go. Like I say to people, it's just like, I hear the cliche, they're like, "Oh, you know, you go at 5 o'clock in the morning, you think you're better than anyone else." I don't think I'm better than anybody else.
It's convenience.
It's just consistency and it's discipline, and it's a routine. Like at the end of the day, the reason why I go every day is because I just respect myself more when I do, you know, and it's just who I am now. It's my identity. Like
It's just second nature now.
yeah. And I love the fact of, like I said, it's you know, like my mate Dan will say to me, he's like, you know, he's become my mate, but he's my coach as well. Like he treats me like a coach. And, you know, he says, "This is the hardest part of the day. You're putting yourself through hell and you're getting out of this place and you're walking. Everything else is easy after this." And through that, like that is the biggest place where I've made an impact on my mental health. You know, is working on my physical health. And that's the hardest thing. The hardest thing is not working out. The hardest thing is getting your ass out of that bed and getting to the gym. That's what I struggle with. And I didn't want to go every day. And there were days where I missed out and I would be bawling my eyes out at night and, you know, not sleeping and calling this guy, having full-on panic attacks. But I tell you what, the days that I went at that gym, I still had people say, "Wait, where are you? I'll see you tomorrow, yeah? Don't be a bitch." Like I had mates, they'd say things to me that would trigger me to be like, "Oh, you coming back?" And even though it was hard, man, I kept going.
And I reckon, like, you know, it was obviously a big breakup. This was helping you get over that.
Yeah, 100%.
It still took a while, like, you know.
These aren't things that you get over
Yeah.
in a night.
Yeah.
Well,
Like, I
12
reckon
years,
I reckon it was a solid year, man.
Oh,
like
yeah.
you was probably calling
Man.
me every single morning,
So-
like at 6. Like you just like,
Sorry for asking, how long ago was this that you broke up?
well, 2 years.
22.
2 years in
So
June or
it's
July.
just
I
over, yeah.
remember.
So
It's
you
2.5 years.
were what, just turning 30?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just turned 30 on
So
my engagement.
literally
yeah.
12 years. That was half of
Hey,
your life
man.
at the time,
Yeah, so
right?
my whole 20s, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
You know, to be honest with you, like it's not the one thing is you're losing the relationship, then it's losing the relationship with the family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like me and her brother, we were like super close. You know, and to not have, you know, we'll always be brothers. You know what I mean? Like, and he can always call me, and I know like if I really need him, he'd answer. But it's just losing that connection, and you know, seeing the kids grow up, things like that. There's things that you lose, but what you lose, you also gain so much more. And I know that like whatever was meant to be was meant to be. And I'm just blessed and grateful for the time that I did have with them. And, you know, because like I said, I learnt so much. And I don't, you know, you go through your emotions and you have your ups and downs and whatever, but now I've come over the other side of it. They're like, I'm grateful. I'm thankful. Because like, if she didn't do those things or say certain things, I wouldn't be the man I am today. And I am so much more powerful and blessed and loved, and, you know, because I finally know how to love myself wholeheartedly, and I know that now I can be the best version for someone else. And, you know, like I said, I just...
You always have to look at a positive, you know, even if it's the darkest thing in your life. If you can't find a positive out of it, then it's not a learning experience.
I am a true believer, and there's always the light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh yeah.
Even in your darkest times, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. But what you've just told us is, you know, something that is a very important thing, that you need to learn to love yourself before you can love others.
100%.
And before they can love you.
Yeah,
because if you don't love yourself, then you're always going to have this internal fight.
Yeah.
You have to help yourself before you help others as well. Like, you know, perfect analogy is like when you're on a plane and the oxygen mask drop, well, you got to put the oxygen mask on you so you can breathe before you put it on somebody else. So you can help them.
Yeah.
Well, it's even the big thing now, like, you know, when I was like, being single and then like going into dating, you know, like people, when they hear like my routine, they're like, oh, would you change that and things like that. It's like, look, I'll compromise to a certain extent. I think that's what a relationship is, when you find the right one. But like, will I ever give up this certain lifestyle? Hell no. Like, because every single morning, that's what I need to do. I'm a strong believer in how you set your day up is how you know,
you don't
how
want to
your
go.
day
You don't want to
proceeds.
go backwards.
That's right.
You know,
And
this is and this, from an outsider looking in, it's like from where he was to where he is now. And I'm not bullshitting here. I'll take the cop. I'll cop the fine. I don't care. Right. From where he
compliments from Stomach, guys. Just saying.
yeah. It's, you know, so you can always rewind.
Very
it.
rare.
Yeah,
Very
so
rare.
from where he was to where he is now, if it's, you know, mates coming to console him, or if it's, you know, his routine and strict, you know, the adapt. How do I put it? So what he's sort of drummed into himself now.
You're really screwing this up.
I
man.
am. I'm trying to be all really nice and stuff.
Like,
And
I'm waiting for a
it's-
tear to be shed, but
No.
you're really
There's no
screwing
tears here.
this
There's
shit
no,
up.
there's no tears here. No. From where he was to where he is now is
Transition.
night and day. It's night and day. And if someone were to come along and said, "Oh, could you compromise on this?" Nah, man, because if you then compromise on things and then, okay, I'll compromise on that, and then you completely just throw it all away.
Man,
then
it's so true.
I learned how to say
just
no.
so
It's just,
That's what
it's
it
just
was.
yeah.
I learned how to say no.
You're chipping, and then all of a sudden, that was like me, right? I was doing keto, right, and I dropped like 20 kilos, right? So I was doing, and this was within 6 months, right? And then after that, like, I'm like, oh, that's a killer, you know. I did 20 kilos. I'll just have a donut. I'll just have this. I'll have that. And then all of a sudden, it's just like a cookie monster.
Mate, that's the same with me now, right? So I've been very strict with the stuff that I've been eating from the beginning of the year, but I noticed that I may, like with the cookies, for example,
yeah.
I may be having that little bit that I shouldn't be, right? And then all of a sudden, my body's going, oh, that was nice.
Nice,
I want a
yeah.
little bit more.
Instead of having one or two cookies, you have a whole bloody box.
You got to retrain. You got to retrain
Yeah, it's
your brain
hard.
to say, okay, hang on. Yep, I enjoyed that. I shocked my system, right?
Yeah.
It's like, you know, when you're bodybuilding and stuff like that, you got to do this clean eat, you know, carb loaded diet for mass gain and stuff.
Yeah.
But then you want to
heat water.
lean and all right. But you still have to do that once a week shock to the system where,
100%.
you know, you got to trick your body into something and enjoy it. Right, like a cheat meal.
Yeah, that's right.
Not that I should be cheating, but-
yeah, my thing is that I just don't have it in my pantry. I'm like a shit host as well, because everyone's like, "Oh, you got a soft drink?" Or, you know, I'm like, "I got sparkling water. It's flavored." You know, like it's
You know what? That's actually still pretty nice.
But yeah, it's like and people are like, "Oh, I feel bad," but I'm like, no, like I shouldn't feel bad. Like this is just my lifestyle, and this, Because if I have it there, it's tempting. If I have a box of Magnums, I won't have one. I'll smash 2. You know, because it's just, I love it. Like,
But can you
know?
blame yourself though? The size of Magnums today are ridiculous.
Oh, okay,
know what
are they the
gets me?
actual real size
that's
now?
bullshit. They get the Magnum egos and you're like, oh, kill it. And it's half the size.
It is, man.
And you're
It's-
paying the same price.
Nah, I've still always got
normal.
this argument about packets of chips.
Oh, yeah. Don't get me
It's all
started.
there
It's
now.
getting worse.
It's all
now.
there.
It's all there.
Or like you go get some Cocoa Pops or whatever. It's like the same size, but then when you pick it up, it's like this thin.
Oh, perfect. A perfect example here. So my kids,
Cookies out my face.
they decided the other day that they wanted a tube of Pringles. The tubes are half the size.
You can't get your hands in them anymore,
You
eh?
can't get your hands in it
that's-
at all.
yeah.
I mean, I
Like-
never could get my hands in them.
Back in the old days, you know, you could put like 3 fingers in there, grab a bunch of Pringles and take it out. Now, you can't even do that.
Wasn't it the most devastating when you'd open a Pringles packet and you get to like 2 of them, 3 of them, and then they were all cracked?
Oh,
And you're like, no!
the worst.
You just wanted that perfect
And it
Pringle.
makes you wonder, how do they crack?
Yeah.
Like
I know,
the,
with a container
the
like
tube
that.
was fine.
The guy's just throwing them.
Far out. We're back on food again.
I know, just switch
Doesn't
the-
take much, eh? See what I mean? You chip,
Wow,
you chip.
that's a pretty strong story there. You know,
yeah.
it's all about, you know, making yourself be in the right mind frame to then progress in life from there.
100%.
Well, the craziest thing was as well is that like the thing is as well, like, you know, with my ex being so in the bodybuilding, and I got to a point where like what we were saying about, I was a yes man to an extent. You know what I mean? I always wanted, you know, because she supported me for so long, I always wanted to support her and do the right thing. So, and there were probably times where I should have put my foot down and I didn't in certain aspects. And then I just think now, well, you know, that was meant to be as it was. And for a long time, like I hated. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say I didn't hate the industry because I felt like it took away to a certain point. You know what I
bodybuilding
mean?
industry,
Yeah.
you're saying?
Yeah, like the bodybuilding and the gym and, you know, things like that. Because at the time, people had told me, like, she's posting a lot, man. You know, you're never in the post. And you just don't, it's to the, you know, it's like, but that's what the bodybuilding is. You know, I'd support her in it. So certain things like that. And then it got to a point where, like, I loved it so much, but for the aspect of I understood why she was addicted to the gym
Yeah.
as well. And you know
And
what I
look,
mean?
it's-
Because I
it's-
got out of my terrible mental place.
But like, how can you be angry at someone though for she's making herself healthier?
Yeah, that's
so how
right.
can you
But-
be angry?
I have to say-
I was more angry of like the obsession to it. You know what I mean? Like I just got over the living with the lifestyle, just like
Yeah.
always counting the calories.
But
always,
there's-
that's like there's no way to live like that.
I
counting
think that
calories.
the most important thing that a lot of people are missing here is there's one thing about being healthy and being the best version of yourself. To then also have this complete obsession
Yeah.
about
The
how you
cons is a
look on
different
social media platforms
Yeah.
and, you know, being an influencer
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah.
like that, right? I'm not going to lie. I know at least 4 other guys who have gone through exactly the same thing as you, where their woman has gone through this phase where they just want to become a female a gym model, whether it be bikini or whether it be, you know, bodybuilding, whatever. It's like they get dragged into this real toxic world of how good can we look? How, you
Yeah.
know, and, you know, like you love your partner any way that you can. Right? You fall in love with some person, in most cases, not because of the way they look, the way they make you feel.
yeah.
Right? And yeah, sure, you know, someone wants to be happy, someone wants to look good and all that. But when it gets to that obsessive stage, that's where you got to ask questions. Obviously, us as blokes at that time, we're very blinded by that because, like you said, you just wanted to do the right thing to support.
Yeah, and I was a trade. I was thick in the trade then. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't. You know,
You're
like
focused on your own stuff and how you're going to bring your income in.
Yeah, yeah. And when you're growing apart, like I'm a big thing now. Like I always say to people, like couples that train together remain together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's little things that I've heard along the way, and like to be honest, guys, I'm gonna be straight out. Like that place where I thought I lost the one that I loved, I found the person who I believe I truly love. You know, and like through that, I've found an amazing woman, like, you know, and she's everything that inspires me and that like I want to give to. And, you know, we do have a lot in common. And
Mate, if you travel the state with her just to eat donuts, then you've got to keep her there. You've got to keep her there.
Yeah. Well, she did bring some. Was it cannoli? Oh, no, what did she bring? No. What did she bring? Remember doing that job?
She baked stuff for us.
Yeah, so she baked some
She's a
stuff for
baker,
us.
she bakes cookies, cheesecakes.
Yeah, we were doing a job in
she's
Ross
really
Trevor, so I think she was around the area, and she.
She comes through, drops us some sweets.
You got to put a ring on that.
Huh?
You got to put a ring on that.
Cigar. Easy, Turbo. Easy.
That's really great to hear.
Yeah.
It's very good. And you're right. Sometimes the place where you find that misery is also the same place you find happiness. So, you know, it's good on you. That's great.
It's you got to grow, and you know you sort of take, you know, because look, you know, it's not sugarcoat it. You know, there might be some things you may have been a fault at, she may have been a fault at, and it just didn't work in the end. You know, and if you can take something from that, like you said, you find a positive, you take something from that, apply it to the next relationship or next life lesson, and you progress, then happy days.
Yeah. Man, I'm 100% blessed.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
And at that time, I didn't see, you know, like, of course you can't see it. Like I said, when you're in the gutter, it's really hard to see it from a bird's eye view. But, you know, the problem is if you fall in the gutter, it's not about staying there. It's about dusting yourself off, getting back up. And if you slip back, you do the same thing. Dust
All right,
yourself
Rocky,
off,
man.
get back to it. I guess
He's
chucking a
shocked.
little bit of
He's
philosophy,
Italian, man.
You know?
Yeah.
Italian stallion.
Mate, you should have seen it, man. You know when Italy won the World Cup in 06? Oh, God. So we...
I thought he knows nothing about sports.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't at all.
I'm not he's at heart, but you know,
Yeah, he
I still know Italy are the best.
He still thinks Mourinho's coaching Chelsea. Where you going? He still thinks
Look, our Italian side, I know she can't guard it now, but hey, we were
this
good
bloke
back in the
thinks
day.
Didier Drogba's still the star striker. Anyway, no. So when
What part of Italy are your family from?
So my mum's from Naples, Altavilla, and my dad's from Calabria.
it's half Calo, half Nap. Bloody hell.
In other words, he's a reject Greek.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, here we go. You're talking
Anyway,
this
go
shit.
on. Sorry.
Yeah, so I remember.
We'll get to that.
I hate myself, all right?
No, what is it?
I'm half
I'm
Croatian and half Serbian, and every morning I wake up and I want to kill myself.
Fucking.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I remember. So we used to, just like HQ, there was a WOG corner. We used to have the WOG benches at Norwood.
Oh, every school had that.
Right.
Unfortunately, my school was the WOG school.
Yeah.
I went to St. George, so the whole school was a WOG school.
Yeah, right. So I rocked up, and at lunch, I see the big Italian flag on the staircase after Italy had just won the World Cup.
Oh, God.
Oh, so we were like, man, you know,
Good times.
they cheated, man.
Oh, whatever.
The old mate tripped over Lucas's new best imaginary friend over there. Anyway, whatever. Let's not go down that path.
Why you got to bring up those memories,
Very
man?
upset. Very, very upset that was.
I work with a guy at my place, and he's Italian, but he's not that full on Italian, right? And he says his family's from Sicily, and I said, man, that's as hardcore Greek as you can get. Like
Sicily?
that used to be Sicily. That used to be like the reject Greek central.
Oh, right. Anywhere else in Italy is reject Greeks? Or?
Well, most of Calabria and that southern part of Italy is
The old
The
boot.
best
Yeah.
beaches as well, FYI.
Oh, they do have
Positano. Whoa. So I went there on my honeymoon. Killer. Positano.
Positano.
Sick. Yeah. Amalfi.
Hey, did I tell you my Italian joke?
Oh, let's hear it.
What do you call an Italian sex worker?
Wow.
A prostitute.
That's not bad. That's all right.
You are a beauty, man. He's full of dad jokes. It's bloke.
What do you call a sex worker from Naples?
What?
A naputana.
That's it.
That's crap.
Bloke spits.
Should I say a bad one?
I go.
Oh, no.
No, come on, man. Go.
What is it?
He can't even get it right.
What's a paraplegic strip club? Oh no, I stuffed it up.
See what I mean? He always
Yeah, I
does
can't
this.
remember the joke. Yeah, no, yeah. What's a paraplegic strip club?
What?
It's crawling with pussy. Cut that out. Edit.
Can we cut that out?
Paralympics start next week.
Oh wow.
Blokes Bits.
Yeah, let's do it.
This is
Blokes Bits.
Blokes Bits. Here we go. Yes, so our guest is going to stay along with us. He knows nothing about sports.
Feel free to work with us here or just not. Okay.
All right. Let's start with the juicy stuff because then we're going to finish with the really good stuff.
Really good stuff being that.
Oh, I've just got updates here.
Yeah, so Formula One.
Adelaide United 3, Olympic Kingsway 2. What was that? Is that the Australia Cup?
You know what, man? I don't follow anything.
Yeah.
about
Anyway,
United.
whatever. Big stuff. Horner concedes McLaren in a different league in Zandvoort. Okay, I've got all these updates that have happened while we've been talking.
Yeah, I've been getting them.
All right, so let's talk about the important stuff, such as Arsenal.
Port Adelaide making the finals for the
Stuff
second.
Port Adelaide.
You just
Bunch
calm
of
down, mate.
scrubbers. If you guys don't win it this year,
Yeah,
there is literally
No,
some.
they've got to win it, hey?
Hey,
Yeah, I reckon they're going to win it.
Oh, I
this
got my
year.
finals tickets.
well, they've got an easy run, man.
They have to.
They've got Geelong at home. Come on,
How
like,
is that
is
easy?
easy.
No,
That
it's
is
not.
easy.
They finished third on the ladder.
That's easy. Come on. If you guys lose against Geelong, you won't win nothing. You're going to be out in straight sets.
Wow.
I'm
Putting it
telling
on
you.
you. Putting it on you.
Wait. Let's have a look here because I don't know anything about AFL, but I'm just going to say Carlton will probably win it all.
Are they still in the A?
They just made it in the
Oh,
eight
they
Oh,
because
just-
Port beat Freo.
All right. So Port plays Geelong
Yeah.
Sydney play the Giants.
GWS.
So does that mean that
Who finished fifth?
if
Was it Brisbane?
Port wins, they go a week off?
Yes.
But if Port loses,
Then they'll play the.
then they play the winner of Lions and Carlton.
no. They played the win. Who's the other teams? Hawthorn and Bulldogs.
Hawthorn and Bulldogs.
Yeah, we'll play the winner of Hawthorn.
Oh, is that what happens? So they play the 6th and 7th.
Yes. And
So
then,
6th versus 7th.
oh, maybe. Oh, I got to see the chart. I'm pretty sure because then the first will have the easier game, so they'll play. I think Carlton or whoever wins out of that game because I think they finish 8th.
Yeah, so that's what I said. So the winner of Brisbane Carlton will
think we'll
play
play
the loser.
Of maybe I think Sydney and maybe it's the other way around. Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah,
Well, I would have thought the first
have an
first
easier
versus
game.
fourth.
yeah, and second versus third
So the loser of that game,
of which one? The second, third.
first versus fourth,
Yeah,
will play the winner of Lions and Carlton.
yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
I think so. Yeah,
Okay.
I got to double check the chart, but yeah,
Oh, I thought it was the 6th and 7th play the winner of the 1st and 4th.
oh, could be. Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. Oh, Chelsea. I just got this. Chelsea has made a shock move for Tony.
I called that last week.
Yeah, but it just popped up on my
Oh
phone.
man, they're buying everyone, man.
All right, so let's go. Let's talk English Premier League.
Yes,
'Cause I'm not
Up
interested.
The Gunners.
They won on the
So
weekend,
They
didn't
did. Yeah, 2-0.
results.
Did you watch the City game?
Where are we? Where was the first game of the weekend? Here, Brighton. Is that the one? No, that was last week. Was that last week? That was this week.
Which one? Brighton and who?
Hang on.
City versus Ipswich. That round.
Yeah, okay. So Brighton versus Man United. Brighton 2, Man United 1.
That was amazing game.
Crystal Palace versus West Ham. West Ham 2. Fulham 2, Leicester City 1. Manchester City.
Okay.
Where was Tottenham?
Who gives a shit?
Hang on, I thought it was more than that. I thought they scored like 6 goals.
No, it's 4-1.
Who scored 6?
Chelsea.
Oh, that was Chelsea. Right.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah.
So Ipswich scores first.
In the
And then-
7th minute, yep.
And then Man City were like, we're having none of that. And in like 5 minutes, not even, they scored 3 goals.
12th, 14th, and 16th.
Yeah. And then I think who scored right at the end? Was it De Bruyne right at the end?
88th, Haaland.
Haaland. Yeah, that's right.
Haaland was with a hat trick.
Yeah, he got his hat trick. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And I forgot to update my fantasy league,
I don't even do it anymore.
and I've completely bombed out already this season. All right, then we got Southampton 0, Nottingham 1.
1, yeah.
Tottenham 4, Everton 0.
Yeah, Devo.
Oh, now.
The big game, Aston Villa versus Arsenal 2-0.
So, okay. So I listened to, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I listened to a couple of Arsenal podcasts, and they were saying we dropped 2 games against Aston Villa last year. We lost both of them, home and away, last year. So
I thought we won one game against Aston.
No, they beat us both, right? Now they're saying at least we've got one, because we only lost by a couple points last year. Now we've already got 1 game back. So we're going to win the title.
Leonardo Trossard came on the 65th and scored on the 67th.
Did you see he was pretty pissed? He gave no reaction when he scored.
Oh, yeah, because,
His argument
how
is...
would you feel that you're on the bench for 3/4 of the game?
Yeah. So his argument is like, what more do I have to do to start? And it's true. He's like our most clinical finisher, and you're not starting. How's that possible? I don't know.
Yeah, but
What if he starts and he might be shit? So he might burn out.
But the thing is, all last season, Martinelli wasn't getting starts, and now he's getting starts.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then they swap him out on the 65th minute for Trossard.
Yeah, I don't know.
And Trossard came
Whatever.
on, and instant result.
Yeah.
But how about our other goal scorer, Thomas Partey, who's like about to leave the club?
Nah, now he's not. It's party time, mate.
Calafiore came on the 79th. Did bugger all, really.
Oh, you do. You try and be a superstar in 11 minutes.
And then Bournemouth 1, Newcastle 1, Wolves 2, Chelsea 6.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And then the last game of the round, Liverpool 2, Brentford 0. Currently, the table sits with Manchester, Brighton, Arsenal, Liverpool in top 4 on 6 points.
Yeah.
And then followed by Tottenham, Newcastle, and
Who cares about the
Nottingham.
rest? It's all right.
But Manchester's well out of the 10, which is great.
Fantastic.
But yeah, let's hope the other Manchester starts losing a few games too.
Yeah, that'd be awesome too.
Very good. Formula One. Here we go.
Checo drop positions
Amsterdam.
again.
Checo is crap.
You said it.
I didn't say it. Did I say it?
That is crap.
No,
Did I
he
just say? Did I just say the S word?
No.
See,
He doesn't even know what's going
When did
on.
he say it, huh? He
See?
said crap.
he's been focusing and listening to me this whole time, mate. I didn't say it, so you can't put me down for that one.
I didn't hear it.
Just because your
Start
potty
listening.
mouth has caught up to me tonight.
Has not.
He's just starting to get tired and he's like
Don't forget, I let you off on one.
I'll let you off on 1 too. You're on 4 and I'm on 1.
One? How
Yeah.
many times did he drop the F-bomb before?
What? Lies.
You're at least 2, man. You're at least 2.
Absolutely not.
You're at least 2.
Nah.
Whatever. All right. So,
He's just pissed that he's got to cough up.
nah, I'm not
10
pissed at
bucks
all.
from
I
last year,
honestly
last
don't
week.
care.
Yeah, all right.
I honestly don't care. It's going to a good cause.
Oh, look who's humble.
So, race results. We've got Norris first, Verstappen second, Leclerc third, Piastri fourth. Piastri was really, really pissed off.
Why?
He was very pissed off because he was up the top. Bad strategy. Just the pace of his car couldn't catch up to Leclerc.
Norris was always winning that race.
But Piastri should have been at least second. He was qualifying so well all weekend. Perez finished 6th after having such a great qualifying weekend.
Where did he qualify? 4th or 5th?
4th, I believe.
Yeah, so he's dropped 2 positions.
Now, I know he didn't finish in points, but I have to say, Ricardo had a bloody hell of a race.
No, you know who had the best race? Hamilton.
Hamilton did well.
Hamilton, he got started at 14th. Where did he end up?
Yeah, and he ended up 8th.
8th. Not bad.
But he was at the top at one stage.
Yeah.
He was up the top and then he dropped back.
Yeah.
But yeah.
McLaren's made it a bit scary at the minute.
So standings at the moment.
Norris is right up his
Driver
ass, right?
standings, Max Verstappen 295, Lando Norris 225. If Norris keeps winning for the rest of the season,
We'll catch him.
and Verstappen remains in second place or worse,
Oh, I don't think he catches him.
he can. Yep, the maths was done that if Norris keeps winning every race from now on, and Verstappen comes second from now on,
Which won't happen.
Norris will win by a couple of points.
No, I reckon Verstappen's got it wrapped up, I personally think. But the Constructors' Championship,
Well, constructors, they
we've
are
got one flat
only...
battery. We've got one flat battery. It's all right, it's only Daniel.
Oh,
It's fine.
okay.
I'm still good.
You can plug him in if you want.
Nah, it's all right.
Red Bull Racing is at 434, McLaren at 404.
Yep, right there, mate.
Yeah, but Ferrari's not that far behind either, but they won't catch up.
It'll be McLaren, if anything.
And then we've got Italy coming this weekend. Monza's this weekend.
Did you know about that, Daniel?
Yeah, no, it's going to be an awesome race, the best race of the season.
Do you know how many races are in Italy each year?
7. 2.
Two. Imola and Monza. There
See
you
if
go.
Ferrari takes it.
So that's my Formula One wrap. I don't know who I can give my luck of the week to, though, because there really isn't anything I can say my luck of the week.
Everyone like did all right.
Can I just give it to Tsunoda because he's just a malacca?
No.
He ended in 17th
Give it to Stroll because
he's just a malacca. He ended at 13th.
yeah, it's good.
But Ricardo ended up in front of Stroll. So, yep, Stroll's the malacca.
Yeah.
All right. Done.
Now, I know we're wrapping up, but and I'm spewing that your camera just went flat too. We had a bit of a story last night.
Do you want me to flick the camera onto him?
Yeah, go on. So we had a come over this way a bit more. We had that's it. It's all right.
Stanley's a pain in the ass. This is what comes with being his best friend. That's all I'm going to say.
Right,
And when he
so-
asks for favors, there's always a catch.
There's
with
no
this
catch.
guy.
It wasn't a catch.
There's always something.
So anyway, he was helping me out last night doing some night work, right? And anyway, so we're packing up. It's about 8 o'clock around there, 7:30, and
Dark,
so
cold.
it was dark, whatever. And I had my phone light sitting on top of my ute, because I got the tray ute, and then it was leaning on the back window, so I can see what we were doing. And so in between the window and where the track is, there's a gap. Well, I didn't see the gap. My phone falls in that gap. You know, on the ute, and the tub is separate.
Yep.
So it falls in the middle of the car.
Right.
And I'm like, this is not happening. This cannot be happening. It's like 7:30. It was night. Couldn't see anything. And he goes, where'd it go? Did it go in the tub? And he's looking in the back. I go, nah, man. It went behind, in the chassis. It was in the chassis.
Because he had his phone light on.
So we could
You
see
could
it in
see
the middle.
where the phone was.
I'm
And then I
like-
was like, oh, okay. And I could see where there was a hole there. And I thought it would just go into the tub. But
Right.
it's all sealed.
Oh, no.
It's like this thin. This thin. We couldn't
And how did you get it out?
So I'm going on top, trying to get my hand in there, can't get my hand in there. I went underneath and I go, I said to Daniel, okay, can you see my fingers? I'm trying to move the phone. And he goes, yeah. He goes, but you just got to get a bit closer, like this way. I'm like, my fingers are too fat. Okay, you got. I'm gonna cop a fine here, right? Okay, but you got bitch ass little fingers. You could get in there, like, and he's
That's $5.
That's $5.
Abusing me
I'll take
and
it.
trying to ask
I'll
me to
take-
do
I'll
something at the
take
same
it. I'll
time,
take it.
people.
I don't care, right? And so he's leaning down on his knees. I'm like, nah, bro, get on your back and go underneath the car. And he's like, I just drive home with it. You'll be all right. Like,
Yeah, because it was wet grass. So mind you, the grass was absolutely wet, and he leant down, and I'm like, I don't want to lie down. I don't want to be wet. I don't need.
I'm like, get on your
clothes.
I'm like, get on your back, mate, and get under the car and move it with your fingers.
So I lie down. I get the phone, and then
and
I
we got
pass
it in
it to
the
him,
end.
and he's like, "Oh, thank God." I'm like, "Get me off of this." I was soaked.
I'm like, thanks, mate. I'll go, now can you stay back here so I can reverse the trailer out on the main road and we can go home?
Oh no.
Because I was gonna go, like I was actually gonna leave, and then as I was about to walk off, he goes, "Oh," before he dropped the phone, he goes, "Oh, do you mind just watching me as I back out? Can you guide me out?" I said, "Yeah, all right, no worries." So I'm just standing there waiting, and then this fiasco happens, and it's like an extra 20 minutes,
So
and then he
bad.
calls me as I'm leaving, and I'm like. He's like, "Oh, man, that was a bit of a story, wasn't it?" I said, "Yeah, you got something for the podcast." I said, he goes, "Oh, how you going?" I said, "Yeah, I got a wet ass." I said, "I've got a wet ass all the way home. Thanks."
Oh, too good.
No, it was good. It was good.
Too good. Oh wow. Hey, thanks so much for coming on.
No, thanks for
That
having
was
me.
that was an absolute ripper night.
good.
Very, very good talk.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
You know, when it comes to these best mate talks, you know, I had mine on and now he's had his on. You just don't know which way it's going to go.
Yeah.
But that was really good.
Thanks.
Very heartfelt, very honest and open.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Like, this is the first time I've kind of done anything entertainment-wise, like, in a very long time. So,
Oh well.
yeah, it was awesome.
You've rocked up with a T-shirt, which means you're part of the crew now. So anytime you
blokes
can
in a
bring
pod.
your coffee and come back.
Yeah.
We'll make sure we have cookies here.
Yeah.
That's what I want to hear. I might bring donuts next time.
Hey.
Man, there's a new place out Brighton way called
Guys, if we
Lando's.
talk about any more donuts, coffee.
Have you been there?
Oh,
What, Brighton?
Do you know Cream? Have you ever heard of Cream?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So the owner of Cream next door has opened a place called Lando's. Lan,
Really?
Lan, and dough as in donut.
Yeah.
And they open, I think, weekends. I'm not sure, but they make very similar donuts to Brown's. I haven't had them, but I follow them on socials.
Yeah, well, I know where I'm going
Yeah.
in a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
Cream's
so
my favourite, man, for brunch spots. We haven't even talked about brunch spots, oh, man.
yeah, my kids are taking me to Pony and Call for breakfast this week for Father's Day. So after we kick West Adelaide's ass on Sunday morning, we're going to go have breakfast there.
No, we'll kick Viper's ass on the weekend, so we
Killer.
should be all right.
Very good. All right.
Thank you very much.
That's it
Dan.
from
Thanks
us. Again, you can follow us on all our socials, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Can't see it.
Two Blokes in a Pod. Yep, that's right. Flash the tops. Flash the tops.
Got to keep buying them, boys and girls.
And yes, you can buy our t-shirts, twoblokesinapod.com, and just follow the PayPal link there and we'll send you out a t-shirt.
Done.
All
Thanks,
right,
guys.
Done.
Appreciate it. Peace.